Hello and welcome to Trucking Answers Live. It's Monday, and we are here at 1 p.m. As long as we can be. So, broadcasting from the bunker, we're here live, and those Swift settlement checks went out. You know how I know? A couple people sent me pictures of them. So, nice. Money coming to people finally. Money for people, right? Food trucks at rest areas. Indiana has issued licenses already to a couple of food trucks. So, you're going to start seeing them at rest areas. I'll tell you about how to get a burrito as big as your head. Hours of service exemption is extended to May 15th. So keep rolling. Throw those logbook ELDs out the window. Keep rolling. GATS registration is open. That's the Great American Truck Show. Will they have it? We will find out. And is anyone hiring? For people that come in, they're always looking for a job or whatever. Some people are laid off. Who's hiring? If you know of a place that's going to hire people, let everybody know so that everybody can stay employed and continue to buy things while we get through what all the heck is going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and don't forget it's Roller Wiener Monday. If you can't find a wiener next to you, ask for it by name, okay? There should be one in your area. If not, have the clerk put it in their hand and give it to you that way. There's got to be one around. There's a picture sent by an astute viewer that I put up. That will be out soon. And let's see, I had Kim English was first way back last week, but today on my screen, Misty was first, so I appreciate everybody checking in, whether you're first or not first, so thank you for that. Trucker Hershey is here today, getting miles over there at our favorite place. S. Isaacs, hello there. Aviator Trucker, what's happening today? Kay Wayne is here. It's good to see everybody on Monday. I see everybody is still rolling, or are you rolling? That's the question that we need to find out. All right, so where did I go here? Already lost my spot. Al Johns is here. Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, as they say. All right, so I'm going and rolling. Wild Bill is here. I see he's come in to say hello. George Wilson, what's happening out there? What's going on? What does everybody see? What is happening? Keto Walkfit, what's going on? What's going on? Doris is here today. Hello. Let's see here as I lose my train of thought. Joseph, hello. All right, let me get back in the groove here. Let's see here. Where are we going? Killing Joy. Hello there. Cute little boo. Right, that's nice. Hello and happy Easter. Yes, Easter this weekend. No one went anywhere on Easter, so there you go. Easter Bunny was not allowed to come out, came out to give treats, and was immediately arrested for not following social distancing. So that's really good. I love that. Wild Bill, the YouTube symbol. All right, Wild Bill has a YouTube channel. He's trying to pick that up. Let's go check that out. Chicken Hauler, what's happening? Good news, you didn't get blown away. Look, there were trucks blown over in Illinois. Did you see that? There are trucks blown over. There's tons of pictures of them, so that was pretty good. You're local for Tyson, and you have to wear masks on Tyson property, not in the truck, though. Well, are they going to give you the mask? And there's some Tysons that have closed for a couple days. JBS, right, for deep cleaning it, like they're going to do that. I love this line. Hello, Alexandra. I've been working harder than an ugly prostitute in the Great Depression era. That is a quotable right there. Big healthy highwayman. Hello. All right, so Caleb, what's going on today? Imperial Sink, I'm late. No, I'm 1 o'clock. I'm on there. Grim Reaper, nice to be retired. Yes, that would be nice. We all might be retired if this goes on for any more than a couple more months here. Yeah, so my cat Fuzzy Nugget is staring at me. Yeah, the cat here, she's like all surprised, you know, what's going on. So, but she managed to sleep anyways. Deliver in Navarre, Ohio. Hope the country shapes up. Yeah, let's get the country back to work. All right, so let's do that. The Great Depression of the 30s. We're gonna have to specify which one. Trucker Beetle Bailey. You just hauled a load of toilet paper. Did it look like this? I don't think so. I did a check, and I think I'm good here without buying any toilet paper into the fall. So I think I'm good with that. So where did it go? And were you being arrested? Not arrested, but accosted by people? I've seen that in pictures. TJ Jones in the Bull of the Woods, morning from Salem, Oregon. Hello there. Chris Streeper, hello. Driving down 77 over the mountains towards South Carolina. All right, listening. Hello. I'm glad you're still rolling. Ryan O'Ryan is here with all of his fleet still moving, which I appreciate. All right. So, hey, Brian, what's going on? Brian Hawes. I wonder if you're related to the Ghostbusters. So, Ghost Hunter, I should say Wild Man. I thought Walter Cronkite was a communist sympathizer, but quote's a quote, right? So, Checking in, still stuck in Florida. Alex, being planned to leave. Well, Florida's tough to get out of anyway. So, how long have you been stuck there? When you say stuck, what does stuck mean? Is stuck, you delivered at 10 or you delivered Thursday? So that's a problem. No stimulus check. Yeah, if you're getting a paper check, it's going to be a while. Okay, good morning from Elkton, Maryland. Hello there in Elkton. What's happening out there? Craig Bryan, I wonder if we have more drive time after the crisis is over with. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. You probably will not. Now, as soon as it's over, the safety groups are already trying to pressure the government to eliminate the extra drive time as it is. So certainly once the emergency declaration ends, the drive time will immediately revert back to what it was. So I don't think you're going to get any extra drive time. And many companies now are not even allowing the drive time anyway. So it's only some drivers, all owners, right, presumably, and some drivers are being allowed to use that extra time. Trucker Dave, greetings from breezy Wisconsin. I know it's still windy. We have a wind advisory here until 8 p.m. tonight, so be careful. Tracy and Jamie Abernathy. You had a buddy walk into a wall with a hard hat. Let's see, we'll assume hat wasn't on there, and broke his nose. All right, so that's great. Anyone get their Trump money? No, not yet. I guess people on some kind of chime card are getting it early. Food trucks are better than junk at the truck stops. I know, right? Who doesn't want a food truck parked everywhere? You'll be allowed 2 per rest area in Indiana. Okay, each state will be different. They're already licensed. You already have to have a licensed food truck to even get in there. So these are inspected, licensed trucks. 2 per rest area, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. only. That's what the law says. So, Ralph, good morning. It's time to start a bloody revolution. Many heads need to roll. Our forefathers would be ashamed of us. That's true. We can just vote these people out here in just a few months, right? Fleet Nav Systems is here. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Why do I say good morning even though it's later? So, where did I go with this? All right, Fleet Nav Systems is here. They're the Geotab experts. Hey, they've already got a live show scheduled for tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. You should be there and check it out. All right, so there you go for that. Check them out on YouTube and everywhere else. I wonder if this could help the drivers have more drive time. No, I don't think so. Deliver packages for Amazon. I'm doing that with my wife for now. Do you mean like in a van or because there's tons of package to home delivery? We have to specify Amazon does everything. Happy Roller Wiener Monday. Musafar, yes, finally, right? It's finally Roller Wieners again. Or tacos, depending on what you prefer. Doing a 34 at the Flying J Casino in Fernley. Casino part is boarded up. Yeah, they're not letting anybody in the casino. You know it's bad when the casinos go along with this. I bet England is hiring. I wondered about that. How are truck schools? Are they still going to work? Like a lot of truck schools, people have wrote to me. They said, I was halfway through truck school and now I had to go home. So that's why I'm wondering, who's hiring so people can go to work? Some people are right in between trying to get on trucking. So let's get them out there and get them to work. Good day, Nick Fast. Good day to you, sir. Still making money, Trucker Beetle Bailey. That's good. That dog needs to eat too. Rolling for Taco Day. We're always ready for that. Greetings, comrade. It's good to see all my comrades out there. Should have put that kind of a picture up. Get a haircut. Yeah, I wish I could. I'm looking into the Flowbee. Has anybody heard of that? I heard it's some new thing where you can use your vacuum cleaner and cut your hair. Flowbee. Shout out from West Express. All right, how's it going out there? Rolling through Iowa. At least you're rolling. Rumple YOLO. Yeah, that's true. Right. You never know. Took your first 2 days off since January. Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Presumably you made a lot of money doing that. Wow. Do I have input on Epi's transportation out of Greensboro? Who's here from Epi's? Let's get a Epi's insider viewpoint. Where's the per diem Trump cancel we needed? Well, they were talking about that, right, for last year, and it never happened. And then they talked about it, and now, right, none of that's happening. Nothing's happening. They are talking about canceling the payroll tax for everybody for a certain period of time, but that's just talk. That's for phase 4 of stimulus. That's just talk right now. Who do I drive for? Well, I don't ever say who I drive for people that are new to the channel, and hopefully that's many people, and I just keeps them out of my videos. So many people are out there also promoting their company just to recruit for it. That's all they do. They go work somewhere just to recruit, and you can make a ton more money in the recruiting than you can actually driving. If you have enough of a channel following, keep this in mind. People, what if you got 2 or 3 people a week into your company? Think about what that pays. Some companies pay $500. You can make $1,500 a week and never drive. So I don't do any of that. Let them do their own recruiting. That keeps it real here. We're keeping it real. Down into L Town. That's what we call Lafayette. Down when you're down from downtown. B for real. Greetings from the ATL. That's what the kids say. Grim Reaper, the barber shops are closed. I know. I'm waiting for Haircut Corner to open, which is a barber shop. They're closed. And they have to get somebody to come to the house and do it. Picking up a John Deere loaf today. What the heck is a loaf? John, is it a big green... Is it bread that's been sitting on the counter too much? Seriously, what is a John Deere loaf? Kelly, good morning. K Earth, I'm sitting waiting out a tornado watch. Oh, yeah, get that truck on the road. That's what we say. How can you be a hippie? It's only in his extreme upper 30s. Well, you can still get the stuff, the 60s stuff. But that's true. Right, I've only read about those kind of things. Big, healthy highwayman, I'm rolling. I'm heading for home time. Good. Appreciate your work. Alan from L.A., California. Alan, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. Whoa, Wild Bill, don't knock the hippies. Hey, Wild Bill, if anybody's going to knock the hippies, it's not going to be Wild Bill. Cash is King Trucking is here. What's up on the OO side of things? High speed, low drag. Yeah, the faster you go, the less time you're in the wind. Good afternoon, Jeffrey Herring. I hope you are doing well today. Out in the hinterlands. Yes, they gave us one. All right. Rolling hard out of steel mills in Portage with no slowdowns. Chris Lee, really? So steel is still rolling. So it's industry by industry now. I'm getting letters that, oh man, I'm doing great, Mark. I can't believe it. And then the next letter is, holy mackerel, I'm laid off. I don't know what to do. I thought this would never happen. So it's way up and down in the industry. DAT says that loads are down. Where did I write this? Oh, 39%. 39% last week. Loads were down. Holy mackerel. That's the load board people. So Cynthia Smith, hello. Hello, what's going on? Walmart DC checking temperatures at the guard check before being allowed in. Will they beat you up then like that other guard check did? And they do that here too. The wife just had physical therapy today from her surgery that I've talked about. And she said they're checking temperatures going in there too. And they did. When I took her for the surgery, they checked my temperature too. 96.1, by the way, because I'm cool as a cucumber. Tim, Mark, you're the best. No luck finding work as a new driver. Coronavirus prohibiting trainer in the truck. I know. That's why I want to get maybe some info from people at a company. Is your company allowing students? How, can we get people that are trying to get being a driver? Can we get them to work today? Let's get some people to work today and change their lives. Romulo, what's up? Happy to be making miles heading to Louisiana. Wow. Can't wait for the nightmare to finish. I know. Me either. 2 months ago, who would have ever thought this would have happened? Blue Eagle, we got cow hit 77 outside the tunnel. Bad day. You hit a cow? We got cow hit 77 just outside tunnel. Bad day, someone. Where's that going? We need per diem canceled. They're working on it, but this is all way in the back. Wilbon, good afternoon, Trucking Answers fans. And Mark, keep on trucking. Hey, it's good to see you here today. Good morning from Prison, California. Never looked so blue. Keto Walkfit. Yes. Washington to LA, then Phoenix, and on to Dallas. Well, hey, that's rolling. I would say that's rolling. And I've lost my spot here, of course. Trucker Beetle Bailey, most of my loads allowed to run PC essential loads. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. That's good. So some companies, as you know, some companies are not allowing it. So if they're allowing you to do it, maybe not a bad idea to stretch it a little bit and make some money while you have time to do it. Because the policy is not going to stay in effect forever. Al Johns, Memphis to Pine Bluff to Memphis to Pine Bluff to Memphis to Pine Bluff. Yikes. Well, at least you know where you're going. Food trucks are a great idea. I think it's a great idea. Let's get the food trucks in there. People are still going to go to the truck stop to take a shower. Look, I would have been on that the other way. I would have partnered with those trucks if I was Natso and said, hey, you know what, guys? If you want to sell some of the stuff from the truck stop, let's talk about it, because drivers need gloves and shoelaces. I forever break shoelaces on the road where I don't have one. That kind of little stuff that drivers can use, maybe pens and stuff, paper, logbook, maybe a paper log in there, that kind of stuff, a couple straps in the food truck. Have that in there too, where you partner with the truck stop. Work together. Would have been way better. We're more than willing to have these, is how I would have done it. But hey, they didn't ask me. Rumple, everyone's crying about quarantine. I love it. Less people on the road, and we're finally getting a little respect. You are, but a lot of people on quarantine, what are there, like 10 million people filed unemployment now? They're not going to be buying anything, and eventually that's going to be a problem, as DAT is already saying. Tracy and Jamie Abernathy, the name that I love, we're hauling furniture out of Fort Myers, Florida to North Carolina. Wow, it usually comes out of the Carolinas going somewhere else. Need to have food truck all the time, Robert. I agree. But the FHWA doesn't allow food there just for that reason, is that NATSO and all these truck stops complain that it's competition. So in most places, they don't allow it. And so right now, they're just giving an exemption. But they should allow it all the time. I agree. Kelly, your company lets you use the extra drive time, but I don't do it. Okay, well, if they look, as long as they allow it, if you would need an hour or something, at least you have it and don't have to worry like, oh, I have to find parking. You at least have it. Have not seen or heard, and I just lost my page here. There it is again. All right. Hauling, I've not seen or heard about any accidents over 2 weeks. I know accidents are way down, which is really good. Who do I drive for? Right, we went over that momentarily ago. People that don't like socialism, send your stimulus check back. Look, everybody should take the check, whether you like it or not, because you don't have to send it back. You could donate the check. Okay, you could also do that. So you could send it back to the IRS, Department of the Treasury, and for debt relief. You can actually write them. People do this every year. I forget how many million. They get a couple of $1 million a year in from people that just send them money, that send money to the Treasury for debt relief. So you could always do that. Michigan, we have to wait 2 more years to get rid of dictators Wilmer. Yeah, you can't even go to your second house up, though. Roller tacos would be a good idea. Yeah, kind of like a taquito, right? I saw Rick. It was Smithfield. Oh, there's some. Are they closing too? All right, you work at Epi's. What's going on? Are they still rolling you? Thank you, Wild Bill. Louisville had a bad story yesterday about that first round of checks have been deposited in some accounts. Oh, okay. They had a news story. Yeah, I guess some Chime accounts that one bank card are getting them. It's coming. They're coming soon. So hang on. If you're waiting for the money, hang on. Those rims, believe me, they'll have another set for your car. Anybody that's waiting for that money. I wonder how many of those workers at Smithfield were illegal aliens. They do that here all the time. There's a plant in Delphi, pork producer. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, Indiana Packers, right? And which is like 25 miles from here. Every 3 to 5 months, they raid the place. And then there'll be ads in the newspaper and stuff to go work there because they arrest half the people there. And then it takes a few more months to get more illegals in and fill it back up. And then they go arrest everybody again. It's just that's what they do there. Let's talk. Is it possible to try to get your own authority even though the virus is going on or everything's shut down and we'll have to wait? I don't know anything about authority. There may be an owner-operator that could answer that. I've never gotten it. I don't know what the story is getting it. I'm sorry. I'm a company driver, so the owner-operator side kind of eludes me on the authority, the technical parts of it. Michael, so Geotab is not very good if you just fired in the seat to put you back on duty. Is that a company thing, Fleet Nav Systems, or is that, can the company determine the speed at which the truck moves to put you back on duty or stuff, or how does that work for Geotab? How about that? Good morning, Mark. No roller wieners and pilot, but fresh pizza. I'll take it. Can you get your own at least? Supposed to get checks on the 15th. All right, so that's Wednesday. So right now, maybe you go over to Rent a Rim and order your rims. Get those 28s on order for that, for that Ford Focus that you have, and get them ready on there. Get the wheel spacers. Good afternoon. Currently on a 2,900 mile run, Skynet. That's really good. Those are my favorite kind of runs. No trainers in cab with new drivers. Tim, where is this? I mean, where would this be? Rhino, Mark drives for me. He has a safety department nightmare. Dispatcher's dream. Company poster boy. He's a successful logistical nightmare. Yeah, that's about true. I don't know if the dispatcher would like me, but yeah. George Wilson, the Flowbee's been around 30 years. I thought that was something brand new. I'm thinking of getting a Flowbee. I mean, you can do your hair right at home. Jerry Rocks, Carol Baskin's husband, death is ruled coronavirus. Everybody that dies now, they rule it that. City and Fremont waiting to get loaded in Zanesville, Ohio. Good afternoon. Zanesville. Is there a Walmart over there somewhere? Already did and reposted on my Minds account. Did Grace get her stimulus package of 30 roller wieners? Canadian tanker yanker. She would not like roller wieners. Okay, she's not the kind, whatever. If you drop something or whatever, she's not interested in a roller wiener. Believe me. Very picky, typical cat, right? James S., I think I drove too much yesterday. Good morning. Wow. At least. Michael Soot, I run the mail and we're starting to run empty. Yikes. The mail has been slow too. I don't get any more ads or anything in the mail. Yeah. SatanicStones.com. Nice. Hello, Mark, and hello, Bipolar Bear in Youngstown, Ohio. Same here. All right. All right. Fleet Nav Systems, it shouldn't do that. Do you have an example? I could maybe help you understand. Yeah, that'd be great. What's the example of that? Some of them seem to be more sensitive than another. Congress is trying to get $25,000 hero pay. All right, Michael Mueller, that's true. It's not exactly $25,000 if you read it. It's $13 an hour extra for all the hours that you work between certain dates, which I don't know the dates off the top of my head. But it's $13 an hour, and I don't know how you to prove it. I guess logs would be the way to prove it. I don't know how else you would prove it if you're not paid by the hour. But it's $13 an hour up to $25,000 extra for certain people, including truck drivers, from what I understand, nurses, grocery store workers. Yeah, but it's $13 an hour. Trunker Burrito Bailey, a John Deere load. Oh, okay. I didn't, I'm from the city. I don't know all these things, these technical terms. Todd Heifel, how's it going? My wife cuts hair, and I got my hair cut done. At least you're somebody, right? I'm going to have to get hair styling tips from Wild Bill here pretty soon. I did a new record, drove 675 miles on Saturday, Trucker Hershey. Wow, that's really good. You used all of your lifetime. I just heard an ad on radio in DC. The post office is begging for employees. They have said that, we're about to close. We don't have any money. Tony, Sierra England question. Yeah, we'd love to hear that. Ryan, good afternoon from Arkansas. Been over the road for 9 months. Congratulations. Almost got that year in. How's it going? What do you think now? You're like in the tough part of it right now. What do you think? Oh, James said 1,100 yesterday. Holy mackerel. Did you use those yellow jackets? My wife threatened to cut mine. No thanks. We're going to get the bowl out here pretty soon. New Jersey requires a mask to go into a business. The whole state? I've seen some cities require that. The whole state? Is anybody making a mask out of a t-shirt? Okay, you can do it out of a t-shirt. Just so you know, if you can't buy one on the road, there's tons of videos on making it out of a t-shirt. All you need is scissors. I guess a knife would work too. And that's it. You don't have to sew anything. So you can do it. I tried it. 2-3 minutes, you got a mask. Leo's Madness drove 1,000 miles yesterday from Stockton, Texas to Escondido. Can't do this all the time. Why can't I do this all the time? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? Was it unsafe? Probably not, right? Good afternoon. What's up, everyone? The Hattie Trucker. Hello there. How's Singer George Wilson seriously going to commit to social distancing with 3 in the cab? They'll have to get bigger cabs. I mean, from what I've heard, a lot of these companies are not training anymore. They're just not. But they're going to have to, because how are they going to get experienced drivers, enough of them to replace everybody that quits there? I don't know what they're going to do. Ryan, steel is still strong. My state's rates are still decent. Lumber also going strong. Places I've been. That's great. So at least you're still rolling, right? That's what we're looking for. Jimmy Strader, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to have to try to keep it up. And people that are home, try not to eat too much. You can still get out the door when all this gets over. For everybody, it's a gas. I never thought I would see gas haulers write to me and saying they're being laid off. That's crazy. People aren't buying gas, especially so cheap. It was $1.65 yesterday at Meijer for regular. Checks can be donated to others that never get them. Yes, you can. Any money that you ever get that you don't want, you can always donate it. Any unwanted checks can be sent to Ryan Trucking in care of me. I have a box you can send them to. Lucas, my girlfriend caught a positive pregnancy test and to kick her off the truck before she spread it. Press F for respect. Yeah, quarantine that. Yikes. If you cashed a check, not only is Trump your president, he's now your sugar daddy. Everybody, anything like tax deductions, money back from the government like that, they're giving you $1,200 back. How much have you given them over the years? They're like, we're going to take $15,000 a year from you for your whole life, and we're going to give you $1,200 back, and people think like they're getting money back. That's your money. It's already your money to get back. Give the local animal shelter. Dogs and cats deserve it. That's true. Right, I work here with Lori's Kitty Rescue. She would really appreciate it. Michael, I wouldn't eat from a food truck. I don't know if they're infected. Hey, those food trucks are licensed and everything, just like a restaurant. And most of them are very good. What's the topic today? Well, it's always, Corona is always on our mind. We have this freight reduction. Swift checks are out too. Anybody get their Swift check? I had a couple of people send me pictures of it in. There's tons of stuff going around. Virginia is going to allow you to park at way stations. So that's really good. Your hours of service are extended. I just hope they open everything May 1st. It doesn't look like it. Oh, no. I don't see it until Q3. I just realized that behind you in the comments, where'd I go here? They sent the same message 2 times. You had a chance to catch it, but figured it out now. Why I sent the same message 2 times? Oh yeah, I'm because of the way the screen comes up and stuff. I'm always behind on the comments. So, and depending how many people are commenting, so I apologize for that. But I try to get to everybody's comment that way without skipping too many people. Packing plants have closed. One located in Greeley, all full of illegals. That's most of them. I will say the one out here, they do that all the time. It closes and then they open back up after they run ads again. So not great. Hyper Gamer Network. Stay safe, drivers. Utah's going to be interesting the next few days. Yeah, I think though Utah did finally say, look, drivers and ironically pilots won't have to fill that form out. So that's really good. It's just aggravating. Nobody should have to fill the form out. Plus, what if you don't have a cell phone? They're sending it to cell phones. What if you're, like my wife said, because around here we have a large Amish population in Indiana. What if you're Amish and they take bus trips and stuff? None of them have a phone. Are they going to arrest all the Amish people for not having a phone? I don't think that's a great deal at all. Instead of laying off all these restaurant workers, just make them delivery drivers. Well, the people, we tried it. Okay, so we tried KFC probably a week ago or so. Terrible. And they didn't bring the right food. And so then I call them. I'm like, what's the deal? I call KFC. He goes, oh, well, you can come back and get the right order. I'm like, that's why I had it delivered. Because they were offering free delivery. So not impressed. I did use Shipt. I finally got a time for Shipt. I got that delivered over the weekend. But those times are going away too. He's our president, whether you like it or not. Yes, that's true. My wife and I are praying to relieve the check towards our property tax, paying the relief check towards our property taxes. That's a good, that's not a bad idea too. But Gracie would rather have it for toilet paper, certainly. Brilliant. All right, so fixed audio. Brilliant. You are missing a good story. Got it. So I caught up to that. No sound. See what I'm saying? Mark said he works for Walmart and Sierra England is the best company to work for. That is true. Finally going to reveal the company. Can't hear what you're saying. Yes, so I see that. The mic is off, so clicking things is not great. First symptoms of coronavirus is loss of hearing. Oh, that's true. That's true. Playing Black Ops and using dead silent. I wonder what that is. I wonder how that works. If you wear it, make it a parrot. We should say that always, right? Always have a blue parrot break. If you wear it, you should make it a parrot. All right, so there's that, of course, today. And let's see where to go off to over here. I'm going through here. I'm having fun. Gracie unplugged the mic. Yeah, if she was awake. Mark got his Trump money today. He's no work for this driver. Milk this as long as I can. So are you off for, are you just being laid off? What has happened over there? Those people that can not hear him to restart your phones, I appreciate that. That is my fault. I apologize. I'm not great at this, so no excuses, though, right? I should do better at that, so I appreciate it. He was like hearing himself talk. That's true, right? Okay, fixed it. Yes, to start all over again. They had a corona per minute. The computer might have had it. Somebody could send a virus to the computers. We're also him and us practically reading his lips. I appreciate that. Okay, so the sound is back. Let me say this, right? Okay, so who's going to go to GATS? That's the other thing. Okay, so registration opened, and it's August 27th to 29th will be the Great American Truck Show. Is anybody going to go to that? Are you going to register? Will we see you in Dallas? I don't know if I'm going to go to it. I didn't go last year. Not sure how that's going to work this year, and I don't know if it's going to be closed. Right here in Lafayette, they're canceling things for July. So, not great. Had me scared there a minute. What the heck are we going to do without Mark Mustafar? I appreciate that. So, you can't hear the good part of the show. That's something. I wonder if companies are still slip-seating drivers. As far as I know, Walmart's still slip-seating their drivers, which I don't understand, really. No check for me. Must be nice to have the president as a sugar daddy. Rhino, you qualify, though. Although you're still working, if you had a problem, you'd qualify under that PPP thing, even independent contractors now. That's what I wanted to tell people too. So if you're independent, even though you shouldn't be 1099, you can still qualify for unemployment under this extended thing. So if you were 1099 and got laid off, basically told your services are no longer needed, go file for unemployment in your state. You might get unemployment. They're doing that for gig economy and everybody else that's 1099, you might get it. Yes, so no problem there. I bought a B550 with the points it loves. Wow, how's that doing for you? I never wondered, I never got a 550. I never got the highest level. Never apologize. Oh, no, when it's your fault, you apologize, right? That's totally my fault. I'm sorry because I should have clicked it better. But what the thing is, I shouldn't do that. But it's my fault. I have to apologize for that. People shouldn't have to sit there and just watch me yammer on when I'm not watching the gauges down here. Alexander of Sierra England is the best company to drive for. That East St. Louis is the best city to live in. East St. Louis is a wonderful city if you have a gun and don't mind always being quarantined in your house. Autocars producing DC64 again. Nice little around town grocery getter. Wow. Would that be better than this? Let's get a truck picture out there. I found this thing. Okay, how about a year and make of this thing? How about that? Since I had that sound off. Year and make of this goofy thing. It's got a sleeper on it. And look, a rooftop air conditioner. Isn't that awesome? Rooftop air. Holy mackerel. Does anybody out there, some of you may have driven that truck. Mario, thanks for all the info you provide. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Where did I go? Much respect for your Sunday rants. I totally agree. Beer can. Thank you very much. I just think that we need to get back to work. Look, in Indiana. All right, so write this down. In Indiana, we have 6.7 million people. There are 8,236 cases, positives, and 352 deaths. Okay. There were a little over 700 deaths in the United States. We'll say that last year from blunt objects like hammers, bats, that kind of thing. So That's all I'm saying. Do we close the whole state down for 352 deaths? I don't think so. I personally don't think so. So for me, it's a no. I think somebody should be getting the no sound comments here soon. Yes, I got it. And I'm surprised the trucking show is happening considering they're canceling concerts. I know. That's the thing. I don't know if this show will go on in August. It's the 27th of August. Look, if we're going to cancel stuff in September, what are we doing with the industry? What's going to happen? Who's going to be driving? There'll be nobody out doing anything because everybody will be off. This extra $600 a week that they're giving will be done. I mean, no way. 2020 coins are going to be rare. Save your change. Why is that? Are they not going to make coins this year? That's interesting. As an aside that nobody cares about, I have a penny collection that my grandfather gave me. It ends in, the 80s probably. But it goes back to, the 20s? Maybe longer than that, maybe 1910. And it's those books, those fold-out books, and there's a penny for every year from each mint in there. And it goes all the way through the steel pennies in the World War II and stuff, all the way into the 80s. So, and I value it at probably $8 of actual value, but Get's going to get canceled. Do you think so won't be over till they have a vaccine? Well, that's bad. They said it's a year to a vaccine. Are we going to just stay in our house for a year? Nobody will be able to fit out their door by then. If they do this for a year. MDA rally in September canceled in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. Holy mackerel. We cannot be going past September. We can't do that. Mark, been off by choice. Work at CFI. Oh, so you're using your days. So I got $3,900 from Trump and have 21 days off PTO, or paid time off, and I get a bonus of $1,300 coming at the end of the month. Well, heck, you might as well stay home. You're doing better than working. We got snow in Las Vegas, New Mexico today. Yikes. It was only in the 30s here a few days ago. Howdy, Mad Hatter. What's happening? I thought my phone was messing up. Nope, it's me, of course. It's me. Love your 450. Had it 4 years now, 4 to 5 years. Always wear a blue parrot. I agree. Always wear a blue parrot for anything you do. And, of course, as a driver, you're required. Once you get your CDL, that form you sign, one of it, you must wear a headset 24 hours a day. No matter what you're doing. You can have the mic up. I love that people wear it with the mic up. Just in case. Are you getting rid of the Sonic or Escape for the Camry? I'm not going to get a Camry TRD. I'm just looking at them. If I got a car, it would, the Sonic would be the next one to go. It is 7 years old. So that would be the next one out the door. The Escape, we just got the Escape in September. So, Bart, USX Meyer account still slip seats. Really? But is it a sleeper? They give us a shop towel with disinfectant at the start of our shift. I don't mind the day cab as much as a sleeper. So on that Meyer account, are they slip seating sleeper truck? Do you have to sleep in the truck too? I don't even mind them slip seating a sleeper if you're not sleeping in it. So, and you can just lice all the crap out of that when you open the door. Kenneth P. Sorry you're late. I was checking out here at Meyer in Lansing, Michigan. All right. I had Shipped show up here from Meyer on Saturday. Told Gracie I'll bribe her with some cat treats. Oh, she's all up for that. Where did she go off to? There she is. She's like, whoa, you woke her up with that. What? There's treats. Oh, and I can hear her over there, ironically, right now, crunching her food. So she's got a few crunchies down there during the show. Huge place, Meyer in Michigan. Yeah, the warehouse there is gigantic. That's my favorite shopping place, of course, Meyer. And so I'm looking at here. Rooftop was popular back in the day. I saw many. I work out of Tip City. No election. I think there'll be an election. Chicken hauler. Will city states partially refund business licenses? Oh, that's interesting for the business. No, I don't think so. They're going to say no. That's impossible for us to do that kind of thing. So no, probably not. Oh, the mint is shut down. I didn't know that. They shut the mint down. Why are 2009 coins rare? Same thing because of recession. The truck count today is a nationwide average of 970 trucks per load per DHL Power Index. We're already shut down. That's what I'm saying. DAT, what they had said, let's see what I wrote that kind of thing down. Okay, so DAT said market plunge and the posted trucks were up 13%. And that's what I said, is that people are going to get into other industries or get a truck. Load to truck was 2.8 last week. Now it's 1.5, according to DAT. That's as of this morning. A reefer was 4.9 last week. Now it's down to 2.6. Half. It's down to half. The Heady Trucker, I care about your penny collection. I think coin collections are sweet. Thank you. It's you and me then. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And I have it's 3 books that go back a long time. Nomad Trucker, hello. There's nothing less than a power grab. Be afraid. Oh, it's a total disaster. Why is the lowest mintage in history is 2009? I have probably... Oh, my pennies don't go that far. We're afraid of that happening. Someone I know started a post on Facebook about 7 people in Los Angeles who got ticketed for going to get drinks. That's true. And she thinks that's how it should be. That's the real problem. Is that people are going on the apps and they're calling the cops. Somebody's outside. I need to call the police. Hey, go look at this person. They're outside. They're having a gathering. Oh my gosh. That's the problem. When they get you to turn on each other. That's why I recommended people watch The Monsters on Maple Street. It's exactly like that. Because they talk about, invasions. This was from another planet, of course. But he's like, aren't we going to invade? Oh, we don't have to. We'll let the people kill each other. We'll let them all fight it out against themselves. Trump had almost nothing to do with the money. Yeah, it was the people blame or give credit to the current president for basically everything that happens, but they don't have that much to do with, your daily life, really. No matter who the president is. Check out Jay from Auto Intel. Yeah, I forgot to put him up there, which I usually get to it at least, but Jay from Auto Intel, Auto Transport Intel will be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check local listings for some business coaching, and he's going to talk about the auto industry. He goes live every day, or at least has been lately, also to give you an update on the auto industry, and it's not great. I wrote to him, and he said many of those guys have transferred over to other industries and are doing power only. Not great. Mark, with the hero bonus, are they going to give it out all at once? No. Here's the thing with the bonus, which is maybe, and it's not approved yet. Remember, that hero bonus, as they're calling it, is not approved. They're talking about it. For phase 4, we've had 3 phases in the stimulus. This is for phase 4 that they're talking about. It would be $25,000. Drivers would qualify. It's $13 an hour, up to $25,000. So drivers don't get paid by the hours. You don't have a check to prove your hours, most drivers. And so you're going to have to probably keep your logs. That's my opinion of how it would work. I think so. How else will you prove how many hours you worked? A letter from your company, maybe? That would probably work too. But there's going to have to be a way to prove your hours because it pays $13 an hour. It's not a flat fee. $13 an hour up to $25,000. I'm not taking their vaccine. We got to get America back to work. Oh, that vaccine's a way off before that happens. The Explorer ST is a nice ride to replace the Sonic. Oh, that's the Sonic I commute to work in, though. That's be kind of big to just head over to work. That would be nice, though. 09 nickel mints D and P are valuable. What's valuable? UFO Z's no joke. That's put a box down, say trap cats. Is freight slowing? Oh yes, depending on who you are. Absolutely. GP Transco, it's interesting to hire drivers in this day and age. We see drivers come on board and start posting videos about their experience a couple weeks later. That's how it is anywhere now, right? This should lead to better treatment by drivers by large carriers. No, of drivers by large carriers. No. What it leads to is being fired. So that's why I always recommend to anybody that's doing a YouTube channel, don't really mention the company that you are in unless it's great, because if you start complaining about it on YouTube, a lot of companies will just fire you. So only talk about the last company really that you worked for. And even that can get you fired from your current company or not get hired. It's always a risk to put out their information, bad information, because the next company is like, well, we're next. So I don't know, how it works at these companies like that, but it can be a big risk in your job. It should lead to better treatment, but it doesn't usually lead to it. I get a letter, oh, I put out a video and they fired me. Exactly. Prime is big on that. If you've seen it, that's why every Prime driver loves Prime. The bad videos, boom, they're fired. 73 degrees, says Cassius King Trucking. Cloudy and very windy in Virginia today. Keep it up, guys. We appreciate you. GP, you're still hiring there? And how's that? What, a couple people a week, 2-3 a week? How's it going? It's home every night account, so nobody sleeps in the trucks. So I don't mind slip seating, even a sleeper, if you're not sleeping in it. That's not too bad. It's the problem, like Walmart, of course, where they slip seat their sleepers. No way. They got to put a new mattress for everybody. I wouldn't take a truck, an over-the-road truck without a new mattress. If I was just getting in it to be my truck, everybody should get a new mattress. Christina, is your wife feeling better? I hope. Yes, thank you very much. She's a couple weeks out of her surgery, and she's into physical therapy part now, and she's doing much better. Her arm is way better than it was, now becoming useful again. So about 6 more weeks of physical therapy for her. But thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Todd, if Bill Gates has nothing to do with the vaccine, I wouldn't take it. Well, he has something to do with everything, including this show, presumably. Did you see the I'm Essential t-shirts they're selling on Amazon? No. That's great. GP Transco, what's your guys' firearms policy? Can a wash station sanitize your truck after a load's been dropped? Yeah, probably, right? Can't Blue Beacon, they do reefer cleanouts. Is it like a sanitized thing? I don't know. Michael bought a 2008 Jeep Commander with a blown engine and looking for a 12-valve Cummins to swap into it. That is more work than I want to get involved in a car. I'll say that. Let's see, where did I go off my rocker here? Red Monkey Trucking is here, the leader in trucking weather. It's going great. Customer service above and beyond at GP Transco. I'm glad. I'm glad it's doing good for you over there. Are you together there as well? Meaning, are you teaming there? We have a large number of customers who do not permit firearms. That's true, which means we cannot allow firearms in the trucks. GP Transco, that's quite common for company driver policy, certainly. My company is the same way, and nearly every company you look at, if you talk to them, they're like, no guns. So, Michael Swift looked like all these dictators on a power trip. We won't be too long before the next pandemic is hot lead. I don't know about that. We'll see what happens. Father did that for us kids, a coin collection. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I used to do that kind of with the grandfather, and then, I got those coins, and I still have all those pennies. To be fair, it's impossible to police something. Certainly it is, but then that's like a fireable offense if it's found out. It's one of those things like you could do, but then you risk getting fired and can't complain about it later, certainly. Cassius King is working on his own coin collection of Bitcoin. You don't need as many books to put that in. Alexander collects knives. They seem to be more useful, but they don't go up in value. I guess some of them could, but and you know what? You can use those knives to get some coins, so that's really convenient as well. James bought a purple mattress. I'm in heaven. Goodbye back pain. I see those on TV. You get a purple pillow to go with your purple mattress. And ask your doctor if their purple pill's right for you. William Belvo, DOT New Mexico will pull you over and steal your TP. That's not great. They should have their own supply. Pitchforks and torches. I don't know about that. While Bill likes knives, I tell drivers, always have a knife on you. Maybe not Alexandra's knives, but like a regular knife that you can use. You never know when you need a knife for something. GP Transco, most carriers have the same policy since most carriers have customers who make it impossible. That's the world you live in. I agree. Almost every company that I have ever heard from about that is no guns. So it's certainly nothing new. Mark for president in 2024. That would be great. That'd be really something. GP appreciates Red Mucking Trucking saying that. Dave Johnson's late again. Yike, 2 demerits. Oh, you get a lot more than 2 at this time. Musafar, but fortunately they're taken care of by the emergency declaration. Politics only bothers us as much as we allow. Everything only bothers you as much as you allow, and you shouldn't let things bother you that you can't change. Also, you do a video on CalArc. Well, David, maybe there's somebody here today from CalArc. Is anybody here from CalArc right now? And what about that truck picture I put up? What's the story about that? How can, instead of fake hero bonuses, they pay us right and open the economy? Hospitals are empty. Yeah, that's true. Here, they've got all these treatment tents set up at the hospital, and I've gone by there a few times to see. There's nobody using them. So I don't know about how many people are in there or whatever. The wife said at physical therapy, there's nothing going on over there. And they should pay you right, certainly. GP Transco drivers delivered 15 million pounds of food last week. We're really proud. That's really good. I hope that it was all roller wieners. The company is responsible for paying the money. They get the cash and reimburse the driver. 1945 metal. Yeah, some of the World War II ones I have are steel. Or, because they used copper, right? So, Red Monkey Trucking, GP Transco, no problem. It's like night and day. I can tell you're focused on keeping the driver happy, and that goes a long way. Yeah, and see, I don't understand why some companies don't understand that. That if you keep the driver happy, the driver does a better job. The company makes more money. There's a lot less stress between driver, dispatcher, everything. I just don't get it. Michael Muller says Smith Transport is doing online orientation. Okay, that's good. So they're still taking new drivers, experienced drivers presumably, and doing online. GP Transco's 4 drivers posting review videos. We hope the drivers do the proper research and do not share incorrect information regarding company policy. Okay, but some of the reviews the problem is one thing will happen to them that can be corrected, and then boom, they're out with a video about it, and it makes the place look bad. And so some companies just don't allow it, GP Transco sent out a driver survey last week. I didn't get a survey. Oh, wait, I don't drive there. Do you have lease purchase at GP Transco? Hello from Warren, Pennsylvania, from a food service trucker. All right, Skip, what's going on? Are you still doing a full week of work? I had a Cisco driver write to me last week that they were getting 27 hours a week. So are you still doing a full work? The heady trucker has a greenhorn. I refuse to do trucking videos before my 10-year mark. That's just you. All right. Well, get a channel started with something else. You can always add to it. We do usually, but it's for current drivers who want to try an owner-operator lifestyle. I'm living the lifestyle and see if they like it. You don't normally bring on new drivers right into lease. Hunsley, Smithfield Pork Processing is shutting down. I saw that. Roller wieners are in danger. I know. Now that kind of thing, that's where we need federal action. That place should be made to open. They should open it with the National Guard and keep the wieners rolling. I'm back. Bad signal in the panhandle of Idaho. The potatoes don't transmit well. Bread Monkey Trucking, we're teaming. Okay, good. Well, that's good. Still together. James Faust, hello. I hope you're doing good today. It's good to see you. Hope everything is tied down at your house. It's windy out today. Preacher Paul, loved the rant on Sunday. I appreciate that. Sometimes I just get on a tear on Sundays when I'm out looking at cars. Hello, Mark from Florida, heading to West Monroe, Louisiana. And for you, James Faust, I put this up earlier with nobody knew what it was, I guess. Maybe you drove one of these years ago. Not new, I'm saying, but what do you think? Otherwise, we're going to release the hounds of what it is. So, possibly. You seem to have a lot of experience with the older trucks. Jeremy H. Hello from Florida, heading to West Monroe, Louisiana. Yikes. At least you got out of Florida. Don't forget the purple seat cushion. Do they have a purple seat cushion too? They always give you the purple pillow with it. Midwest Transportation, are you listening to this? Yeah. Need a big sign-on bonus to put me in a truck right now. Well, I never change for the sign-on bonus because never change for that. Some places give you a huge bonus and there's a reason for that. So don't ever change for the bonus. Change for the good company. You should get more than 2 merits. They even missed the sound issue. There was a slight issue with sound earlier. That was totally my fault. I agree with you on that. Get a flare gun? Alexandra. Same way, no gun, but they didn't say anything about throwing axes. I'm looking at getting a throwing axe. Is there like a special, there probably is, axe just for throwing? Does purple make the mattress for sleepers that fit? The purple seat cushion hurts your back? It looks like it would hurt. Does anyone here know a person with the virus? That's a good question. Does anybody know anybody or know anybody that knows somebody? My trucking is using a third a tank of DEF per day. That seems like a lot. Depending on how you... Some of our trucks have a small tank. We have some trucks that have 8-gallon tank on it. Brilliant. Because the people that order the trucks don't drive. They're like, oh, it's cheaper that way? Oh, well, we'll get that then. And so then you're putting DEF every day in the truck. When it comes to firearms, I always follow the don't ask, don't tell. You just have to know that if there's an incident and they find it or whatever, you're fired. George Wilson, if you go to make a pickup with the dry van and reefer and you have a bad odor, go to a dollar store, 2 cans of cheap coffee, sweep it around, odor will be eliminated. All right. If anybody is interested in joining us, we're planning on trying our Thank a Trucker show again tomorrow. Live call-in, Thank a Trucker or truckers in general, Fleet Nav at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there. Farmers are throwing out milk and produce since there's less demand. Well, what the articles were saying, and I agree with you, there is less demand, that stores are limiting the purchases, and so they have milk all over the place, and so then people can't, the cows still have to produce milk, apparently. I don't know how cows work, but apparently they make milk all the time. You can't just turn them off. And so they're throwing milk out. Now, Meijer, at least this Meijer, is not limiting your milk purchases. You can do a video on Heartland. I don't think I did, right? So that wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay, so you're getting a full week doing that. I've had some Cisco drivers write that say they were not. 100% Mark, being able to tell a customer, GP Transco, our drivers are happy and among the highest paid really goes a long way. It means customers give us more freight. Do customers really care about that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just so cynical about it. I mean, yikes. Do customers care about that? Why is Smithfield Pork Place shutting down? They said for cleaning because somebody in there is sick or more people than one is sick. The Heady Trucker, I collect records, CDs, and cassettes. When I get working again, that's what I'll share on my channel. That's cool. I also collect 8-track tapes that came with cars in the late 60s and 70s, which I have a number of those. They used to give you an 8-track with your brand new car, like my Cadillac one. Oh, Cadillac, and it shows you all about your 4-speaker sound system and everything. That's I collect that kind of weird stuff. And do not disturb signs from hotels. Oh, it's getting harder now. You have to actually unscrew the thing out of the door, where it clicks and says do not disturb, and then a maid checks it, sees it, and everything. Red Monkey Trucking, we were off yesterday and went storm chasing, got a tornado on video. That's nice, and chased one until the trees blocked our way. Then later one went behind us. We crossed paths with 3 tornadoes. So you're going to turn into storm chasers. 25-mile-an-hour winds and 31 degrees in Iowa. Yikes. It's snow time. James Faust says that's an international. All right, so this truck, according to the thing here that I wrote down, is a 1962 white. All right, and it looks like it's got the rooftop air, so this driver would have been styling, and a small sleeper, which was quite common. So roof air on that. I don't know if that came with it in 62, though. Not sure about that. Maybe. Would they have had roof air back then? Maybe. Maybe. You were styling in the 60s with that kind of truck. Monroe, Louisiana was hit by tornadoes last night. I saw there was a bunch of bad weather. GP Transco, Trucking Answers fans, we know who you are during orientation. If we don't say a special hi, it's because we don't want other drivers to feel left out. That's really great. Michael Muller says that's a Ford 9000, 1970. Close in the year. Getting back there. Kenneth P. driving through central Michigan. It's so windy. I was thinking keeping my truck from getting out of 10th gear. Yikes. Anybody doing any investing? Some restaurants and food companies should bounce back. I think, look, if you have money, now's the time. But Warren Buffett's buying a bunch of stuff. So, like he says, buy everything on sale. Tyson and Camilla, Georgia shut down. A dozen employees came down with it. James D. Yeah, this is the problem. That once these places, which tons of people are complaining that they still make you work close together and everything, it's going to go through the food supply, and that's a real problem. So you need a little bit of food with you, My parents had it, Michael Muller, and pulled through. Okay, great. How old are they, by the way? Though we do our best to discreetly give a pair of GP Transco socks to fans at orientation time, but on the down low. That's pretty good, and I appreciate that. That's really great. I had a virus, and it was extremely horrible. Had the virus? Really? How long did it take you to get over it? Alexander, they're a specialty make of axes. I figured as much. A throwing axe is much lighter head and it's easier to handle. Generally speaking, a throwing axe can be handled with one hand. Oh, okay. And it's lighter. Got it. What's the accuracy distance on a throwing axe? Seems like the Packard trucks use more DEF. Well, at least they could put a decent sized tank on them. Once we start getting these trucks in with 8-gallon tanks, it's ridiculous. You're filling it up from 3/4 and like 5 gallons fills this thing up. What is going on? Misty, my son is an emergency room nurse. Admissions are down 50% since all around the lockdown. Oh, I think people are afraid to go to the emergency room maybe. For things that they would otherwise go when they probably shouldn't be there anyway. Your son in an emergency room, a lot of people are there probably that should just see a doctor, I'm sure. And so maybe those people aren't going. They're not going there. Maybe. What does your son say about that? You can even get socks at GP Transco? Man, did I get shafted. Yeah, they give out a whole wardrobe to people there the way I understand it. Here in Seattle, I know 3. 1 died, 3 others are sick. Oh, that's something. So here's somebody else knows a person that has it. Pile will say, I had someone in New Hampshire buy me a Dunkin' Donuts latte and say thank you for being a trucker. That's pretty good. I'll take it. It's time to make the donuts. Texas Trader, I'm sticking with Amazon. It just works right now. Yeah, I think Amazon, if anybody, they're still rolling. Let's see stocks. I have stocks too. Yellow this week, as of this morning, $1.55. I have Roadway, $2.35. $2.35. Isn't that great? And USX 364. Those are the ones I wrote down today. My hazmat outfit is still busy, rolling at 3,600 miles a week. Good. So, see, it's up and down. Either people are rolling more or they're not working at all. William, I'm a DOT traffic monitor still on my left hand. I got 25-gallon DEF tank and lasts for 4,000 miles on a 2019 389. That's more like it. Okay, that's more like it. 8 gallons. I mean, it couldn't get any smaller. It's almost as big as the windshield washer fluid tank. 3 office personnel have it at the company. Well, at least you never have to go in the office. Wow. Meijer has their own dairy, so plenty of milk supply. Oh, Bart, maybe that's why the Meijer, maybe that's why they don't reduce the amount of milk you can buy in there. The dairy thing is always full in there. That's pretty cool. Like 8 tracks too, but 3 formats is more than enough for my music problem. Yeah, I don't really play them. I have an 8-track player just to make sure they work. But, the 1975 Cadillac, 1977 Oldsmobile, each one was specific and came with the car, and I think it's pretty interesting. They're only usually a few dollars when I find them. People I don't know if they're actually worth anything. I just think they're interesting. James Faust, I finally found a truck that you never drove. Do you agree? Is that roof air on that thing? Had 7 inches of snow in the northwoods of Wisconsin last night. I saw it was going to snow. It was just missing us. I thought, what the heck is going on here? It's almost summer, for crying out loud. By the way, when it snows again, we'll still all be locked in our houses. A few hundred people have COVID-19 at the meat processing plant. That's a problem. Once it gets into a place like that, it's a problem. Turn into storm chasers, too late. Red Monkey Trucking, it's never too late for Motivation Monday to do what you want. Never too late. Colonel Sanders didn't start making chicken until he was way older. So don't think like it's too late to do what you were meant to do and what you want to do, what your purpose is. Best business open today is a gun shop. Yeah, they're out of guns here. You need a gun soon to buy anything? Well, they're out. The gun shops are empty. Parents are in their 70s, but they're treated in the hospitals in Germany. Oh, so they probably got pretty good treatment and didn't have to worry about a bill. Alexander, I can get between 10 to 12 yards. Really? Other people get 15 yards. Cancer really took a lot of strength out of me. I'm amazed that 12, you can be accurate at 12 yards with an axe. That's pretty impressive. I thought it was going to be a few feet, you're going to say. Wow. I'd love to see a video about R.E. Garrison out of Alabama. Anybody here from Garrison today? We get drivers from all over the place. And so today, who's hiring? That's how I said earlier, and now there's more people. If your company or know of a company that is hiring, let's get that out there so other people can get a job. Because there are tons of people writing to me saying, I don't know what to do. My place is not working. Cash is king trucking. Warren Buffett is a market manipulating fraud. He does say buy on sale. Those rooftop air units were aftermarket made by Kysor Engineering, and anyone gets their hands on working one is worth money. So it is a rooftop air unit on there. That's what I thought it looked like. But I didn't imagine, it is painted to match the truck, but I didn't imagine it was standard new. Do you need a hazmat endorsement at GP Transco? And they say, no, it is not required. Have you ever heard of Barlow Truck Lines? I've heard of them, yeah. Misty says it's due to less trauma incidents, but have gotten some corona patients. Oh, so people aren't out hurting themselves. Car accidents, they're not falling. They're not having axe throwing incidents or any of these things, so there's less people in the hospital. Does he say that there are sometimes people at the hospital that should really be at their doctor? Then where did I run off to? Okay, Michael Swift, let's see, Fleet Nav Systems, calling and learning why Geotab might not work. I'll answer that. Yeah, that's true. We're lucky our CEO's wife is an administrator at a major hospital, so we get fairly up-to-date updates. Oh, that's pretty good. You got like an in there. We sell Geotab products. This is Fleet Nav System. They sell Geotab and support it for customers. So they know, look, watch some of their videos. They know everything there is to know. I will say this, just by watching the video, you can tell they know everything there is to know about Geotab. There's all kinds of features and stuff I had no idea about. They know everything that there is to know about Geotab. I think they built Geotab and then, they're like Geotab. They just have this channel separately, but they built the things. Alex, the Flying J I'm camping at gave me free pizza the other day. The news point, that's pretty good. The Flying J always had delicious pizza. Sometimes you could get a whole pizza for like $6. I remember getting them on sale. That's great. You enjoyed the pic of drinks with the thank you sign on the table from WSI Warehouse and Combined Locks. I know. And like I said, I would have taken that A&W, and that's the way to go with that. That's pretty good that some shippers are doing that. Where are all these shippers 3 months ago? Like Virginia. Okay, Virginia's going to let you park in all the scales now. You can park at a weigh station. Why haven't they been doing this all along? Why now? And suddenly now? Now they care? Right. They should have always been doing it. Vampirus is rolling the same. It was snowing in Santa Rosa, New Mexico. What is the story up there? Vincent D, you do have hazmat loads. It would be beneficial for me to obtain one if you have one. Do you have one? There have been some 8-tracks worth money, but don't know enough about that market. There's a bunch of 8-track collectors. Oh, I'm sure there are. These ones that go to car, I just thought they were neat because I like cars, and so I'm always out looking at cars, and I thought, oh, I found one once, and I thought, every time I see one, I'm going to buy one. And I'll go up to $2 for a good one. So I'm ready to put my money down for that. YRC is really giving Roadrunner a run for the money on the death pool. Cash is king. I know. Roadrunner is $235. Yellow's down $155. They're all nearly delisted. And can be accurate in close quarters with an axe lock. Wow. Walmart is hiring. Yeah, Walmart hires drivers all the time. I'm not slip seating a sleeper ever. Before this, I said that, and I maintain it now. You have to slip seat your sleepers there just for that. I'm out, besides all their other goofy rules. No way am I coming in and get a new sleeper every week. And they're not giving out hundreds of mattresses every week, believe me. Canyon, Maybe Trucking is hiring, and they have tons of 2020 Cascadias. What's Maybe Trucking? GP Transco is also hiring, and that's true. You can call, you can get information about GP Transco right here. I don't guarantee the color of the truck because I've never seen this color, so I certainly can't guarantee it. But supposedly there are some of these colored trucks which change colors as you go down the road, I think, and they're hiring right now. Let's see. How old is Colonel Sanders when he started? It was like he was like 55, 60 years old. So that's what I'm saying. Red Monkey Trucking. You guys are like 22 years old. Not too late to get started. 23 years old, right? Was he in his extreme upper 30s? Maybe. Oh, May Trucking is hiring, and they have 2020 Cascadias. Great. May Trucking. See, that's the thing. The only places, well, not the only, but some of the places that are going to continue to hire are places we didn't want to go to start with. And now more people are going to go to them because they don't have anywhere else to go. Art, doing a great job, Mark. Thank you very much. Art, I appreciate it. What are you seeing out there? How are you doing right now? Are you still rolling? I thought Colonel Sanders was in his early 60s. I thought he was, older, right? I read he was around 66. Yes. Let's see. James, Las Vegas, New Mexico. Crazy total lockdown. Why are they locking everybody down? Contractors for FedEx Ground are always hiring. Okay. I've seen some of that and some not. Alexander LTI is hiring. All right, there's another place. LTI. We have to cover all drivers that are out being sick or quarantined. Do they take students at LTI? That's another good question. Because I do get a lot of those questions. Do they take students? Hart Transportation in Maine and South Carolina may be hiring if 1 year experience. Hart Transportation in Maine. So, but you need the experience to get the hire there. That's the thing of it. Corona Trucking is. I heard they stopped making Corona. Casey's has the best pizza. I'll give you that. You can order an AR-15 build kit for around $400 and build your own if you want to. I don't know if I would do that. There are special axes for throwing has to do with balance. I didn't know you could get 15 yards out of an axe, so I got to stay 18 yards back from people that are carrying an axe around. I thought a couple feet, really. Accurate. Do not violate the DOT so-called waivers unless you have a written document. I will tell you, and somebody asked about this earlier, overweight, 80,000 pounds. All right, some states are letting you go over 80,000 pounds. That's true. But some states are not. So you're going to have to determine when you get this load that's, say, 90,000 pounds, maybe that state allows it, the next state doesn't. It should be federal. Okay, they should have done it that way, but it's state by state, which is the real problem. That's a real problem. So you can't determine that. You're going to have to go state by state to make sure you're allowed to take this load. And I wouldn't worry about the truck handling, a little bit of extra weight. That's not going to be the big problem. The big problem is if the next state doesn't allow you to go over, you're stuck at the state line. Never thought I would see Big R go out, not even think that yellow is going down. Maybe. Look, $155. There's got to be a pickup in this. People from Old Dominion, they're being laid off. R&L, the driver wrote to me and said they're not working much anymore. He said he's down to 32 hours a week. That's a real problem. Virginia scale houses are allowing parking because they're always open, usually because they're pulling you in. Well, but they should, if they can't say, we're going to allow parking, people need to sleep. Well, then they need to sleep all the time. May trucking trucks are so slow, always in the way. May is like 61 miles an hour, too. JCT is hiring. That's good. Heading to California from Pennsylvania, that's a great load. That's a really great load. Maybe those 3 teal trucks in the picture are the only ones that color. Yeah, it's just these 3, and they're always somewhere else when I go to see them. You roll for May, and I'm doing pretty good. What do you think about, what do you think about the whole place there? Would you recommend it? You're there. Would you recommend a new person come to May? Rarely was pulled into Virginia scale houses. My problem was Texas. Worst scales in New Mexico. Was on a dedicated run for GM parts. My company's managed to get you an average of 3 days of work since they shut down. Better than nothing. Plus, the wife works at a grocery store. She'll always be working, right? So what are you doing? Your company must do more than just the auto parts then. You still love Texas? No students for LTI, 18 months experience. All right, so you cannot be a student and go there. That's the real problem. There are people that were at truck school, and now they're stuck. And that's a real problem. Some people quit their job to go drive a truck, and right in the middle of this boom, the place doesn't allow anything. So that's a problem. Do you think they're really going to give truckers the $25,000? Remember, it's not $25,000. It's not $25,000. It's $13 an hour up to $25,000. That's different. So are they going to do it 50-50? Maybe. There's a big call for it, but a lot of other people that are going to gripe about it, so I don't know. Maybe. But you're going to have to be able to prove your hours. I think you're going to have to be able to prove your hours. What do you think about Abilene? Let's see what people think about Abilene Motor Express. I don't understand what's so bad about May. We might be a little bit slower, although we don't get shut down in weigh stations. May has an excellent safety rating. Some of the best safety rating I've seen. I will say that. They have an excellent safety rating. But for the longest time, they made drivers pay for the fuel. Okay, and I've heard that it's changed there, although I haven't seen it. They made drivers at May pay for fuel. If you idled the truck, you had to pay for the fuel for idling. They took it out of your check. And I know they did it because they got sued and it went to the Oregon Supreme Court. So I know they did it because they defended it in court. So people can't say they never did it. There's a court case. They defended it and they won. They won the case because apparently it wasn't a requirement. It's kind of like health insurance. The court said that this is like an extra thing that they're giving you, that it's not a requirement to get the load moved to idle the truck. And so they were allowed to do it. And that's been my problem. Try to not give a driver an APU and then charge him for the fuel to stay comfortable, to sleep. Well, then they deliver your freight. I don't like that. I think that the place then has the whole attitude inside is a problem. So that's been my problem with May. New Mexico was the other scale house for bad. I don't see very many May trucks broke down on the side of the freeway. They have great new trucks. They have new trucks that are not a problem. They have a great safety record. Some of the lowest out of service rate in the whole country. I agree with that. But charging drivers for fuel, I'm not into that. I'm an employee. Okay, you need to keep me comfortable to deliver your freight. If a company doesn't want to do that, see, I wouldn't work there. As soon as I heard that, I would quit. But new people may not know that. And so that's the real problem. Are they still charging you for fuel? How about that? Overweight run at night or run old school? You could. If you're bypassing the scales, that's true. Lordsburg, Ohio, presumably, is horrible. That's on the border by the old Cavalier plant out there, right? Didn't they make cobalts out there? Dave Thomas was up there in age also, wasn't he? Didn't he work for KFC for a while or something? I forget what the story was with that. Or one of them worked for Wendy's. And, by the way, I tried Wendy's breakfast, recommended. Andrews is now giving $300 extra pay a week until the end of May. I've talked, Lynn, I've said to people that are up in the Northwest, Doug Andrews Trucking, right, would recommend. Pay was not super great to start with, but they get tons of great reviews, and everybody that goes there loves the place, that they're treated well, and I think that's maybe more important than pay. Like, I'd rather do that than have to pay for my fuel at a place. That would aggravate me to no end. So I'd still like to hear if they're still doing that. Anything over 70,000 gross is terrible gas mileage. Yeah, if you're paying for the fuel, right, Marty? Roderick, good job, Mark. Keep up the great work. Trucker Todd from Roadrunner has an attitude from your last post about Roadrunner. All you said is the truth. About the bottom of the barrel company. Okay, well, I'm sorry. But the truth of Roadrunner is they keep selling themselves off. Every week they're selling another half of their company off. I mean, that's that's true. Sorry. That's not, it's in the news. So I don't know what to say. Cash King Trucking, a lot of these places that are hiring are only hiring because they had to replace 50% of the drivers that quit every week. It's not because they're growing. That's true. Oh, absolutely. Right. If they don't hire for, say, 3 months, there'll be 6 drivers left at the place. Yeah, they'll have trucks parked everywhere. They have no choice but to hire. Right. And that tells you something when they got to hire more drivers than they have trucks for every single year. What kind of garbage place is that, right? When they have 150% turnover, that's really got to mean something, because it isn't just one driver that doesn't like it. Not everybody fits everywhere. It's every driver that doesn't like it. Preacher Paul's getting to stay busy, rolling 3,600 miles a week. Wow. See, so it's way up at the top. Nomad Trucker, yeah, it's high turnover. That's giving them a problem. Way stations are not open right now. I have seen a few that are open. People are writing in, but that's true. They're mostly staying closed, which they should. New Mexico, known for the worst rest stops. Sorry, truckers. Well, at least now they'll have food trucks in them, because they're giving out licenses to have a food truck in there. Marty, I see a Baker's Dozen teal trucks. They're not teal. I'm yet to see any of these trucks actually anywhere on the road. I would love to know where they are. They're not by me. They're purposely routed around me. I think it's in the dispatch system somehow. What's the point of the weight limit? It's for wear and tear in the truck or wear and tear in the roads. It's partly just to gain revenue, I think. But, the truck is basically 80,000, but you can put more weight in it. It'd be like a tow rating on your car. Say your truck's tow rating is 5,000 pounds. If you towed 5,500 pounds with it, 10% over, it's not going to ruin your truck, especially if you're not doing it all the time. Florida way stations are open all the time, but further down the road, they pull the cars in there. Isn't that great? Hours of service for approving hours is on the ELD. That's correct, Randall. I agree with you. If you're going to quit or whatever company, you're going to need to get those printed out, because you would have no way to access your old logs. Most companies won't let you get in there. So I think the way to prove it is your log, certainly. But what I'm saying, the way to prove it is all these extra hours that drivers work and don't log, you're not going to be able to get paid from the government for that. You can't say, oh, I worked during this time. Your log, which is ironically you agree is true and a federal document, you're saying during this time I didn't work. So you're not going to be able to get paid for that. It's an interesting conundrum in that you would get paid now if they approve this for this waiting time. So will you log it? It's $13 an hour. Company moved some paper products plus a few broker loads here and there. Moved up trailers, UPS trailers last week for their Amazon account. At least they're having you do something. Skills are open in Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah. Or California still, is California still open? Kelly, autocorrect screwed it up. Making people sick since 1925. It's on most Lysol bottles. Is it better getting paid mileage or percentage? Jesse, I like mileage. People like percentage. They're going to come out here and say they like percentage. I like mileage because I know how much I'm going to get paid. On percentage, like last 2 weeks, rates way up. You get more money. If rates dump way back down, you get less money in percentage. So you write it up and write it down. In mileage, you get the same money. So it's a half a dozen of one and 13 of the other. Just saw a real GP transfer going south to Wisconsin. Depends on the operation. I'm a mileage person. I think it should be hourly. Okay, let's put it that way. But that's still a pipe dream. If you live in Wisconsin or Northern Illinois, look into New Mexico transfer. Neenah, Wisconsin, sorry, I have no particulars for you. Also, you know what is being hiring? Trash haulers. They're bombarded with trash from everybody staying at their house. I was reading about it. So there are tons of trash hauling jobs if that would interest anybody. How are the banks going to handle nearly all Americans going to the bank for cash? Well, you don't have to get any money out. In fact, some places are not taking money. So I don't recommend taking all your money out of the bank. Eventually, they'll close the banks if that happens. Canyon, I love May Trucking. Everyone who leaves comes back within a few months. I don't know about that. They have a turnover that's over 100%. So I don't think that's true. $130 a day guarantee is horrible, by the way. Plus 40 cents at safety bonus monthly. $130 a day is not great. Okay, let's just be honest about that. But Canyon, the thing that bothered me is they made the drivers pay for the fuel in the truck. I'm an employee. So that kind of thing, I'm out. I'm out just for that. $130 a day is not super good money. How are the banks? Let's see. I would recommend May. Okay, Squirrel, especially for somebody fresh out of school. I've been driving for May for 2 years. They like to do this micromanage stuff, but whatever. I'm rolling, so I'm making money. Okay, so the micromanaging is something that I probably wouldn't be able to tolerate. And I don't know if that's because I've been driving longer or I just don't like to be micromanaged. I'm just, since I drive for Rhino, I mean, his dispatchers know that, I don't like to be micromanaged. But that kind of thing would aggravate me to no end. I don't need them to do my job. So for me, that's what I say to everybody. That company probably wouldn't be a fit for me, even if they didn't charge for the fuel. That kind of micromanaging, that's not a fit for me. You can just give me the particulars and I'll go take care of the whole load. You don't have to worry about me all week, nothing. So that, for me, it's not a good fit. For you, though, if it works for you, you should stay there because it's a good fit for you and you'll do much better at a place that you enjoy being. First time May would have pulled that on me, I would have walked away from the truck. S. Isaac. I know. But when you're new, say you just started, you were coming from another field, you don't know any better. And they go, well, that's just how it is. You don't know any better. You gotta have a perspective, a frame of reference. I've been on the phone with the bank for 2 hours. What are you talking to them about? Here, you can't go in the bank without an appointment. They sent me an email a couple of weeks ago. You can only go to the drive-through or an ATM, or if you want to go inside, you can make an appointment and they'll let you come in. Canyon, no more idle pay for fuel. All right, so they did end that. That's good. I'd heard that they'd ended it. They went to court. They went to the Supreme Court, in fact, in Oregon, and fought to maintain it. Okay, that's how much they wanted it. They paid, I don't know how much it cost to have a lawyer go to the Supreme Court for you. A lot. Okay, so they spent mucho money to ensure that they can continue to do it. They won. They did win the case, by the way. James, hello from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, where I can't get any thick pizza. Your pizza, Brooklyn, it's like a piece of paper. It's like this, but thinner. It makes a Steak and Shake hamburger look like a quarter pounder. So thin. It's not. I don't even know why it's called pizza. Lordsburg in New Mexico, Lordstown in Ohio. Oh, okay, got it. I was close. Packet shipper for 1,300 appointment lumber going to Denver. At least you're still moving. I've been a little surprised at that. If you're working for a company, Michael Swift, that doesn't allow you to idle, when you have to sleep to be comfortable, you need to leave them. It won't be too long for them to figure it out. I know. That's what I said all along. When they weren't allowing people to idle in that, no way. No way. You can't go out and freeze to death in the truck or whatever and think like it's okay. It isn't. I've never paid for fuel, and I've been with them 2 years. I know, and people wrote to me, but I'll tell you what. They went to the Supreme Court, and I did have tons of people send me their check. But you're welcome to look up May Trucking at the Oregon Supreme Court. They fought to maintain that right. So it's absolutely something they did, and they spent tons of money on lawyers to win the case at the Supreme Court that they can charge drivers for fuel. They did. That could have been put into driver's pay, by the way. National Carriers are frame miller. Well, National Carriers hauling all that meat out right now. I don't know how that's going if those plants are going to close over there. Holy moly. Preston Hansen. Hey, Mark, I made it a little bit late. Oh, extra demerit for you from Gracie. Will be wonders what is going on over there. What the heck is happening? Coming in late. Yikes. Welcome at any time. Thank you for being here. As I click things. Did you hear what happened in some town in China called Fat Ho? No, I didn't hear about that. Good one, though. Washington State is open. Out west, there's open-close monitors from what I've seen. Sent you the Utah alert via email. Thank you for the Utah alert, by the way. Oh, right. And I got this picture sent in by an astute viewer of a sink, right, who wanted it on the show. And this is at a bathroom sink at a pilot. Isn't this great? For the health and safety reasons, the sink is to be used for hand washing only. Thank you for cooperation. Now, who might that be directed at? What are people washing in the sink other than their hands? And I think it's sad that the pilot has to put a sign up about that. Yikes. Hand washing only. Yeah, the alert from Utah, some people said they weren't getting it, and then some were getting it. You don't have to fill it out. It just aggravates me that the state would even ask you, where have you been? Where are you going? It's crazy. It's none of their business where I've been or where I'm going, how long I'll be there, or anything else. You have a right to travel, in my opinion, and I wouldn't fill it out. Even if it was required, I'm not filling it out. Plus, what about people without a phone? Amazingly, some people still live like it's 1973 every day and they don't have a phone with them. So what about those people? They wouldn't get it. Are they in violation? How do you prove who filled it out? And what the governor said, Herbert, that's his name, he said, we are not going to enforce it right now. So hopefully people will comply with it. Kind of the threat of, as long as you comply, we won't arrest you. Okay, GP Transco, we allow drivers who do not have an EPU or APU to idle. Though by now 80% of our trucks have them. And it's certainly, I think, as trucks come in, all companies are going to that. It's got to save a ton of money. Charles King, companies with high turnover aren't properly catering to the end user. Yes, that is correct. Once you get a high turnover, the companies, they never look to themselves and say, I wonder what we're doing wrong. How can we keep drivers? But they don't care because the end user, there's more end users where those users came from, right? And end being the operative word there, right? So banning's open in California. What's going on between those two places in New Mexico? Mileage versus percentage, probably reasonably equal. Once you smooth the peak, maybe. It might be equal. It depends how long rates would stay low or how long they might stay high. If rates stay high for a while, probably wouldn't be better off percentage. If they go down, especially like right now for a while, you might have been better off on mileage. You just never know. Most stereo tires by fleets can't support more than 12,350. Not only dangerous, DOT can ticket you for overweight of tires. Well, not right now because you don't have to comply with that. 390 to 399 if you're on one of these loads doesn't have to be complied with. That includes this. That would include this. So your tires do not have to meet requirements because of 390 to 399. The only thing you have to do, if there's an accident, you have to report it. Can't drive without a license, it said. Companies still have to maintain drug testing, that kind of thing. Other than that, the other regulations in there do not have to be complied with if you're on an exempt load. That would include tires because there's no violation because the regulations don't have to be complied with. New Mexico in general, the state police do not like trucks. I wish they would make every MC disclosed driver turnover to the public. Oh, yeah, no way would they want to do that. Oh, my gosh. Motor care. Kelly, I do believe the company I work for is still hiring at Chima Freight Lines. I never heard of that. Where would somebody find Chima Freight Lines? 130 a day makes crap payday every time. I'm thinking that 130 a day, look, to be gone from your family for $130. I will tell you this. I could drive to Indianapolis and drive for Uber and make $130 a day and be back at my house every single day and see my family. There's no way $130 I'd ever drive for that. Driving a semi for any $130, especially to be gone like it may. No way. Like that's a guarantee. Like, oh, in case you make less than this, we'll bump your pay. Holy mackerel. I mean, that's really, really low. Preacher Paul, if I'm working, I get paid not up on bonuses. That's my pay anyway. Bonuses never figure in, right? It's great to retire working. No, okay. When I'm on my dedicated run, I can go weeks without hearing anything from my boss, Jack. That's the way it should be, right? Do your job and you got no problems. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. Pass you a Wiener. Can always work in the mines at Silver City. Well, heck with micromanagement. It's basically saying you're not smart enough to do what you're hard to do. Well, when you start out, people need to monitor what you're doing, show you how to do stuff and all that, right? So there's no question about that. But then they need to lay off of that. They don't have a program where they can kind of let you go. Your kid doesn't stay on training wheels its whole life. You got to eventually let it fly out of the nest. Trucking journeys, think about poly trucking. Have you heard anything? No, I haven't heard anything about poly. Crime statistics are scary in New Mexico. Really? There's nobody there. They're offering you 56 cents paid by the odometer. That's unusual. There's just a lot that I can't go into where I might make six figures if I work there. That'd be really, at 56 cents, you're going to make 100,000. That's pretty impressive. Michael Smith, Swift. Micromanagement is terrible, never works, only for the guy that is trying to do it. I wouldn't work for anyone. That forces people out that wouldn't otherwise leave. Micromanagement is not for everybody. Most people can't do it, and rightfully so. Trucking journey. Smith has been good to me, but I don't think I would retire from Smith because there's no way to get raises and they just don't go far enough west. Okay, well, if you want to go west, Smith is probably not the place. How about Western Distribution? You go west for them and still get the nice truck. I couldn't be micromanaged. Windy Hill docks give you $50 a week for any damage. Your fault or not, they're out of Eustis, Florida, and Marshville, Wisconsin. Don't work for them. $50 a week. People wash their hair in the sink, Greg. I don't think it's hair, although, has anybody seen somebody washing their hair in the sink? Oh my gosh. You know they have showers in there. Have you seen the people saying 5G is causing coronavirus? I have. Yes. And I call these people crazy. Okay, so I don't think so. People said that about 4G, though. Oh, 4G, too. So I don't know. Crazy as it seems company-wide, we are all staying loaded and rolling with 12 trucks. Yeah, that's great. You know, you got a thing in there, you're going, I'm getting letters from people that are not rolling. I saw a Love's employee kick a guy out of the restroom, told him to pay for a shower. That's gross. I mean, come on. What are you doing? Look, I've seen people wash their feet in the sink, which is gross enough. Although I'm impressed you can get your foot up on the sink thing. But that's gross enough. What are we doing in the sink? Christina, your local library's been closed for 4 weeks. They closed on March 17th. Here, too. Library's closed. All libraries are closed. Can't do anything at the library. No DMV, no nothing. Yep. Brushing teeth. I've seen a lot of that. Fixing their hair. Well, it wouldn't take me that long. And I have people for that. Let's see. I've seen people, some advice, 03 Coronado, wow. Or 98 FLD, both great shape, but can only keep one. All right, where's the owner-operators on this? For me, I'm out of both of them. Owner-operator's going to have a better idea of this. I'm a company driver. I've seen a guy the other day washing his feet in the sink. I've seen that. Can't wash your face in the sink? We'll let you wash your face, but don't get too... How close do you want to get your face to the sink is the question. I've seen the washing of feet in the sink and toilet. Who washes their feet in a toilet? Ugh. Driving over the road, the heady trucker, having to use the public bathrooms in the morning will cause you to lose all faith in humanity. Yeah, that's true. People brush their teeth and wash their face. How close do you want to get your face in there while you're in the toilet with them? That's a good question. How do you know that? I'll be honest, sometimes you wash in the sink. Probably have pretty extensive tennis ball collection. Okay, got it. You want to keep those clean. $5.60 a week. Is that good for training over the road? 2 months. Walmart's paying $13 toilet paper, not included. Walmart's paying $13 an hour. I'm not a fan of APUs. I love them. Is GP Transco hiring? Yeah, they are in here today. They are still hiring. I've seen people full bathing in the sink. What is going on? You know, something must be happening, or they wouldn't put up the sign, which is terrible. Wait till you see a steering wheel driver washing in the sink because they can't get a shower from their trainer. Well, they get 2 showers when they fuel. They just go in and shower. What kind of trainer? You know, that trainer should be fired. Why? And plus, why would you not want to give the student a shower so that everything is all smelling good in the truck? You don't want your student to be all gross. And, you know, come on. I mean, what kind of trainer is that? It doesn't even cost them anything. You get a team shower on it. Folks in prison use the toilet in their cell as a washing machine. Well, they probably have more difficulty finding a suitable washing than, let's say, just the general population. I think we've all got we've got those really moments of others in bathrooms. I don't know what you're doing taking a whole bath in the sink. I'm late. Stay, map 74. Do you see any non-essential CDL drivers being stopped like everyone else? I see people being arrested. There are reports, not a lot of them. There's some reports of people around the country being arrested for being out or being ticketed for being out. It's crazy. Since everybody's essential. If your job pays your bills, that's essential. And people, I love this, are saying, "Oh, I'm an essential employee." They're like all puffed up about it. Look, if you died tomorrow, if your company wouldn't close, you're not essential. If you can be replaced, nobody's essential. You can always be replaced at your job. I'm glad you didn't get your wife the 2020 Escape. I'm not fond of the new style. I agree. We looked at those. When the 2020s came out, we looked at them. It's more of a car. It's too low. This one actually fits her better. And I'm not getting a 3-cylinder that turns 1 cylinder off on the road. The whole thing is new. The 8-speed automatic is new. The all-wheel drive system is new on it, where it disconnects the rear axle. Everything. It has a digital dash that's new. All new. And so I'm not getting an all brand new vehicle like that. So no way. So 19, we're like 19 it is. Minimum 200 a day for company at least. I mean, that's for not doing anything. 130 is not going to cut it. Kelly, the EPU is not great at MVT. They're only good for 10 hours, and that's assuming you don't do any cooking in the wintertime. They run out faster, so you freeze. Well, will they not let you run the truck if the thing stops working to charge it back up or whatever? What do they do about that? For March, I got 12,200 miles. That's great, which is over $190 a day. You're going to make me get a calculator and figure that out? $190 a day. I mean, I'm going to have to do it, right? This is going to be fascinating, but I have to do it. I have to get a calculator. $12,000, $190 a day, right? $190 a day. That's $5,700. So that's not really great, right? Not great, right? So what am I doing here? That's not great money. $5,700 for 12,000 miles. You should easily get, $7,000 for that. So that's kind of low pay. That's what I'm saying. That kind of pay is not great. That might be a good place for you, but you can make more money than that. To roll those kind of miles, most places would give you a bonus and stuff. You should be easily, be $7,000 or more at a decent place, especially since you have experience. How long does it take to recharge it? That's a good question. It pretty much takes a whole day to recharge. Well, won't they let you run the truck if the thing stops running? Or do they make you freeze? I mean, that's a problem. Fleet Nav Systems, if anyone has a suggestion on how we can make our live stream better, please reach out. Trying to make them more useful for everybody. All right, let's see what they are saying. I've been telling people 6G gives you herpes. Don't start that. People will be like, oh. And it goes all the way across the whole planet because it's flat. Going to North Isaac, Cash King 6G definitely raises the odds. The more G's, the worse it is for you. That's what I understand. Everyone knows you wash your feet in the windshield washer buckets. That's what I've seen people washing their truck out there. That's another thing. People are running that thing down the side of their truck, those squeegees. What the heck are you doing? It's all full of grit and stuff, and then the next person's supposed to wash their windshield with that? Cut it out. Also, Fleet Nav System is going to buy lunch for a couple drivers who call in as a thank you for running these days. We'll mail out Visa gift cards, all right? Free lunch at Fleet Nav Systems for participation. How about that? 3 p.m. Eastern. Have you met Sierra England drivers? I tried not to. I cannot imagine a trainer that does not give a driver a shower. That's horrible. They will probably be converted to mileage-based for truck drivers. Well, what are they doing with that APU, though? Great hunting and fishing and minimal people currently. Yeah, you can go do all that. Don't think teams should showers work for 3 bunk trucks. I wonder what they do with that if there's 3 of you. Some of these trainers want students to be as bitter as they are. Why? I look, I'll tell you this, if you're a trainer and you have 2 students, you can afford to pay the student the 3rd shower like that. Flip-flop season is around the corner. It seems like some people think flip-flop season is year-round. So you got to keep, look, I guess I'm glad at least people wash their feet. They get those big toenails that click on the pavement, kind of like a velociraptor or whatever. Crazy. Bernie Sanders and George Joe Biden, of course. I knew that would happen. Whenever the person drops out, they always endorse the person that's going naturally. That's certainly. Van Prisk gives showers away. Good. Please do more of that. Everybody, if you've got extra showers and see an England driver, give him a shower. Some drivers are pigs, and that's that's true. Keep it clean out there. Beautiful place to visit, horrible place to drive a semi. The guy who washes in the toilet is aviator. Well, it depends on the grid down there. We've seen a lot of man hooves. I don't understand. I never got the sandal kind of thing. I don't understand it. What about working for Martin? Good place or not? Well, Martin with an E, the refrigerated, should be rolling, right? Food products. We have any Martin drivers, but they should still be rolling. So if they're hiring, they should be moving. Hey, drivers, good day in Georgia, and I lost that there. Keep on trucking. Sea Hill, it's good to see you. Everyone is essential to someone, Alexander. That's true. You're essential to someone, and that your job is essential because it pays your bills. So to say people are essential and they aren't, everybody's essential, right? That's how the world goes around. Really, we're listening. Reach out if you guys want to see other stuff on the show to help out at Fleet Nav Systems. I think the coronavirus is making people actually wash their clothes. Been trying to do laundry for 3 days and every place you go is completely full. Cash is king. That's interesting. Could this be what the industry needed, literally, to clean itself up? The coronavirus, people are getting clean. Well, then they should have this all the time. Alexander's getting your load going to Grand Prairie, Texas from Chicago. Oh, are you parked at your favorite place up there? 1,000 miles with deadheading. I'll take it as a company driver because you get paid for all of it. Wash them in the toilet. Ugh. $275 a day minimum. Certainly $130 is not gonna. You got to be gone from your family, man. That should pay something. The companies should pay for that. You leave your whole family, and now you don't know if you're going to come back to your family or whatever. Holy mackerel. Cash is king. I saw a guy on YouTube talking the other day that he was essential to this company. He sent him a letter. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody got one of those. Many of you have sent in letters from your company that says, basically, to government official, do not stop this person. They're essential. So I do know they went out to a lot of people. I haven't had one, which kind of makes me feel bad, but I did see a lot of people got these essential letters, but that means companies think that police are going to have checkpoints set up. Now, the governor here has said he's not going to stop people as a primary stop, but if you're stopped for something else, you'll have to explain why you're out. I made 12, yeah. I'm at $12,500 last month. I made $215 a day. That's even better. But less than $200 a day is not worth going out on the road for. Greg, do people think trainees should use their own rewards card or the trainer's card to accumulate showers? Well, I think that in a team situation like that, the trainer should use one card. And so that way, everything accumulates on one card. The truck should actually have a card. I'd probably do it like this. The truck has a card. And all those points can be used for showers for the trainees and stuff. That doesn't cost the trainer anything. He's getting tons of points on there. Trainers need to be a little nicer. Because I have tons of people write to me, especially England drivers, which is aggravating. $2,400 checks. They're showing me true. Because of all the bonuses and stuff and having two people in the truck. Okay, you can pay for somebody's food. You can buy them a meal and get them a shower and stuff. But usually the truck has one card. Would be aggravating to do two cards. You'd maybe get more showers that way. You could have two cards with unlimited showers. Depends how many miles you're going on. Randall Stevens, my company just emailed from my request to the log department all my logs since January 1st. Oh, that's interesting. Every day plus a daily summary and summary page for each week. That's pretty good, and that was fast service. Now you'll have these, and maybe every month or so you can keep them up. You'll need them because it's $13 an hour for the $25,000 bonus. It isn't just a flat bonus, which is what I thought it was going to be. That would be better, I guess. But they're not doing it that way. Fast Joe, my MBT has a button on the dashboard which starts the truck after the battery's run low. Okay. What do they say about it? Do they care that you run the truck? Rhino did not get an essential worker letter, but I haven't slowed down enough to catch the mail either. I think they'll let you go through. Look, if they start up police checkpoints, I mean, I thought this was bad enough. If you can't go out at all, how are people going to go to the store? It took me quite a while to get a shipped shopper. Drivers ask me for showers at the truck stops. Always give them one of mine. That's sad that a driver is there. They don't have enough fuel to get a shower. They haven't fueled enough. They should look for another job. If you can't keep yourself clean with free showers, you're not getting enough. You're not getting enough points. 3 bunk trucks require shower power, but the trainer should be getting enough miles to be at that level. Fleet Nav, you need to let a truck roll half a mile before it puts a driver back on duty. They can't. The law changed, and it has at 5 miles an hour, and ELD has to switch the driver over to driving, and Fleet Nav will correct that if I'm wrong about that. When I trained, I got the first 500 gallons to get free coffee and showers. After that, the student got them all. Okay, that's that's fair too. How much lunch you going to buy me, Fleet Nav? I'm not a cheap date. Cash is king. Remember, Cash is king. You got those sponsorships coming. 3 bunk trucks require someone other than me. They require 3 other people. You can't specify your PC distance and make it any distance. Ask your fleet manager. But if the truck goes too fast, you are put on driving. Isn't that correct? From like on duty at a certain speed, right? 5 miles an hour, the truck goes to driving. Cash is king. I've been growing my toenails off for flip-flop season. Usually I see these drivers grow them out for the snow, and it's like an ice pick. They use their toenails as an ice pick, and that way you see them fall, but then their toes grab in, and then they don't go anywhere. Maybe using their sink as a bidet. Oh, wow. Be safe. Got to get my tank of soap in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. You're supposed to wear socks with your flip-flops. Black socks with those sock holder upper things that go on your legs. That's the technical term. Anyone living in Chicagoland area looking for work, T.H. Ryan Cartage in Maywood, Illinois. Are they 1099 over there? I always see Chicago, and that's what I think about it. People start doing that all the time. We're going to need more and larger truck stops. That would be great. They're half full here now. I was just laid off from a reefer company in Salt Lake City after a few 1,200-mile weeks in a row. Yeah. That's the problem. And so if a reefer company starts laying people off, that's a big problem. Is this a nationally known reefer company, by the way? Hiring, make a good living, make six-figure income, good medical benefits. This is the least we deserve. It should always pay $100 to be gone from your family. I've always said that. $2,000 a week. It should. It doesn't. Alexandra, no, you're not in that same place. Slightly less ghetto place. It couldn't be more ghetto than the place you're in. There's less of a chance of getting shanked here. Well, when you're out carrying a throwing axe, people probably give you a wide berth. Like, wow, that person has an axe. Papers, please. That's what's going to happen. I'm rolling around 15,000 miles a month to make six figures. That's cruising. That is a lot of work. Do you have to wear boots all the time to be a real truck driver? Yes, of course. Steel-toed boots. Actually, cowboy boots is what you should have. With those big hook, the big round thing on the side of them. Mm-hmm. Jeff, the check we're getting is paid back next year with your refund. My CPA was nice enough to explain this. I didn't know that. The way they said it was like, no, because what if you don't get a refund? I'm usually very close on my taxes. I don't usually get a large refund. I don't like getting a refund. So what if you don't get a refund? Will that just be owed money? And what you saying is this just basically an advance. It's not money. Washing your wiener in the toilet is a liability. That's true. Once you get it out of the machine there, up front, you have the cashier get it. Please do not stick your wiener in the toilet. At 6,000 miles a week, points stack fast. I bet. That's what I'm saying. Give me your paper. Let me see your papers. Of course. I think you'll find my papers are in order. Oh, well, let's just take a look at them, though, comrade. Cash is king. Right after I got my essential letter, I was doing 100 on the freeway because now I'm above the law. Yeah, show them that letter. You can do whatever you want. You're essential. You have places to go. In the news, dude gets a fighter jet ride for birthday, accidentally ejects himself from jet. Oh, I would love to see that. Because don't you have to look, I never rode in one, but it seems like it can't be just like an accidental thing. You have to do a couple of things to eject. There's just a big button that you can accidentally hit and go flying out of it. It's got to be harder than that to do it, okay? And a lucky thing, it wasn't Goose, right? I was laughing out loud reading that stuff. That'd be something. What is the best flip-flops to wear? Just want to be in style. Never mind. The rule hasn't changed. The hard shoe soles. Well, any kind of flip-flops where your toes are out. They have to be fully exposed so that the hair on top of your toe sticks out through the flip-flop. That's always good. What's a shower? That's horrible, huh? Prison style flip-flops are fantastic. Oh, yeah. So if you still have any of those, that'd be good to wear. You could have kept those. I assume you check out with them. Preacher Paul says yours is 5 miles an hour. Cash is king. Their $25 cards will confirm. I think you meant $250. It's actually part of the ELD mandate that the companies must turn over to drive at 5 miles an hour. Okay, so you could PC for wherever, but if you're on duty and you go to 5 miles an hour or more, it has to go to drive time. The company can't change that. We mostly fuel in the yard, so we hardly ever get free showers. That's disappointing. If we ever get a free one for 50 gallons, but they pay for a shower if you can't get one. Oh, okay, so they're giving you a free shower anyway. You're still getting a free shower, basically. Monitor truck traffic to repair the roads. Thanks for moving over. No one else does. Yes. Bob Barker sandals. Did he have sandals? Just want to say thank you, Charles King. I enjoyed the channel and sense of humor while imparting knowledge. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. On hold sporadically with bank for 3 hours, almost just so they could say no. What are you trying to do at the bank? I'm just asking. You don't have to tell me. I'm just curious. I cannot remember the last time I've called a bank. They always call me. Mark, you'll have to deposit more money because all your checks are bouncing. At CFI, we have students just called training department. Okay, so are they taking more students? Will they accept students at CFI? Because right now, if you're in between and there's nowhere to go, you should at least go somewhere. Mike Scott, but it's winter and I got a reefer so therefore I don't sweat. Excuse for not showering every day. Look, no more than every other day. You shouldn't shower less than you shower at home. Okay, so if you go a couple of days at home, I guess. But look, every other day. Get a shower. Be clean. You know, get refreshed. Stay zestfully clean. Because I always get in there and I cut a big chunk out of my soap and I look at all the little layers in the Irish Spring in there. I get home, I feel it loves, but sometimes you run out of hours at other truck stops. I never pay for showers. There's always a driver willing to give you one of theirs at the TA or Flying J. All right. Look, at least as we're showering. Jump out with your Love's night armor on. People will scatter. You should drive a truck 100 miles an hour with that armor on and with the essential letter taped to the glass of the truck. Manual, I don't understand why Pilot and Flying J take back all my showers. Now I have none. It moves to Love's. I don't know why they do that either. You have to use the card every 6 months or something, but presumably you use it in that time. Otherwise, yeah, I guess you lose your points and stuff. I'm a local driver, make $205 a day at Awesome Taco, which I love. When I was a trainer with England, I would always pay for my student showers and then let them accumulate points when it was their turn to fuel. Good. And 205, you're making more than somebody that's gone. There's less than $200 a day to be gone. It cannot happen. You're not making any money. You're gone. It isn't the point of you have to eat on the road as much as you're gone from your life. That should be worth something. I'm only fueling a TA this month, chasing that discount. All right. You wear canvas shoes. Does that give you better traction? MVT, no, they don't even call me anymore. Good. Why do they have 3 people in the truck? One to hold the steering wheel, one to push the gas, one to look out for the police. Well, then, do they feed 3 children with every load that way? Vampirist, I'm able to use yard move, keeps you on duty. Once you hit 20, then it will put you on drive time. You're scamming it a little bit, right? Let's be honest about it. If I never get a refund of that money to pay every year, that's what I'm saying. I'm usually very close, $0, $100 either way. I don't like the government holding my money all year, so I don't like it. It's mainly people from India washing their feet in the sink. Oh, they're washing it in a Microsoft sink. I love it, Kelly. Right, sink. Fleet, I'm going to give you a lot of credit. You guys are on the ball. Look, if there's something you need to know about Geotab, I will tell you this. It's like they built the Geotab system. You can ask them a question. They're like, oh, we taught this is, you go in here and do this. They know it. When they say experts, they mean it. Oh, that would be a good line there. Alexander, if this madness keeps going on much longer, we're all being called the president, calling the president Comrade Premier. You're going to have to, because you will be arrested if we don't do it. GP Transco is back. They had a brief meeting, hopefully about more socks for the drivers. Ours is immediately upon rolling, it flips to drive. S. Isaacs. Maybe companies can change it that way. All right, Mark. So that's good. CFI, that's what I wanted to know today. So for new people, students, give CFI a call. See if they can get you in, because I know there are students, they've written to me and say, I'm in between. Now what am I supposed to do? They're not taking me anymore. Call CFI. See what they can offer you right now to get you in a truck so you can start making money, because no money equals family living in box. Not great. Alexandra, GP Transfer, do you allow drivers with throwing axes? Yeah, it didn't say anything about throwing axes. And Ninja Stars. As far as flip-flops concerned, are bunny slippers okay? Absolutely. As long as they are non-slip OSHA approved. It's been about a month since I've been here, Nathan. Maybe you remember me. Sure, I run wireline in North Dakota, right? Like Glenn Campbell, I survived 2 rounds of 100-person layoffs. And today you walked in and got your letter. Well, welcome to, the other 10 million people, I guess. I would recommend that you apply for unemployment immediately. There's extra $600 a week on it. Tons of people have applied for it. And see what happens. You get that for 4 months. We are doing what we can to make this stuff better at Fleet Nav Systems. Working with the DLD isn't great. Trying to make it less frustrating. It can be very frustrating, especially when it doesn't connect. Bob Barker makes sandals for detention center, prison, jails, and holding facilities. He's a genius. He does? Didn't I hear something about him? Doesn't he do something with the soap and stuff in there too? I guess he has a audience that can't complain. How's the CFI phone holder doing? I was disappointed when Matt's got canceled. I wasn't going to be able to get another one. You know what? It's still holding up. CFI. Look at the sound. That's solid right there. Just like that company. Super solid. It's over by the bell. The coronavirus is in the water. I'm not saying that. I don't know about that. Bunny slippers are acceptable. I always wore mine. You might as well. I see drivers wearing, worse than that in there. 20 to 25 before driving was the AOBRDs, which got booted out here recently. I would imagine that guy's family gave him an extra 100 to eject him from the jet. No doubt. I mean, it can't just be simple. Any pilots on here? I don't know. It cannot be like just a simple, big, gigantic eject button that's easy to bump with your arm or whatever. And they're like, boy, we should fix that. We keep having people eject out of these things. Was asking bank if they are SBA approved for PPP loans. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I know that owner-operators can get them. I don't know anything more about it. Wear duck slippers when driving and cowboy boots inside a building. That's fair enough. There's people wearing less than that at Walmart, so... If I go through with Poly Trucking, I'll email you over the driver's manual all the information. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting to see. I was asking, let's see, where did I go here? I'm drilling holes in my work boots to make them work Crocs. I wouldn't be surprised if Crocs has some kind of non-slip thing. I also like to wear all pink clothes and rainbow hair. The old timers love me. Yeah, sure. That would get people to talk, and you'd give people something to think about. Drive barefoot and cowboy boots on the yard. No scamming. Only use pickup and delivery. So, okay, fair enough. I know a lot of people try to scam it as much as possible. Somewhere out there's a young computer geek that will learn how to manipulate these ELDs. I'm sure somebody's already done it. You can't idle the truck to recharge the... okay, if you can't idle the truck to recharge it, how does it recharge? Does the truck have to be driving or something? I mean, I'm serious. I thought the truck would start. I guess it would start, but if idling the truck doesn't charge it, how do you charge it back up? Oh, GP Transco's looking to the axe question. At least the company can do is pay me for being away from my life. That's correct. And if that first digit's a 1, that's not going to cut it. We had a meeting, GP Transco had a meeting with an executive at Flying J and Pilot. Those guys are doing quite a bit to keep their employees and drivers passing through safe and healthy. Good. Is that what what exactly are they doing? They're not handing out masks or anything, but I know they've cut off the Wiener supply, and that's a problem. Is Nike making flip-flops? If so, I just have to get some. If you're Geotab units and connecting, ask your fleet manager about, a USB cable. It's a cable that can connect your ELD to your tracker regardless of cell signal. They would have no idea what I'm talking about, believe me. They don't even know how to do anything. So it would be somebody, I'd have to call somebody way above my pay grade. Awesome tacos. So my foot wash story, I'm afraid to read it anymore. At the time I was a student, they fueled in my flip-flops. Ended up spilling fuel on my feet. My trainer, great guy, told me to go wash my feet before getting in the truck. Well, at least he let you wash your feet. Did you learn the lesson of no flip-flops? That's the lesson I'm trying to get out there. That's what needs to be said. China sent us corona. Now Japan is sending us toxic nuclear waste from the fires that are constantly burning. Dang it, we can't get away from this stuff. Plus, that city in Pennsylvania is burning underground. Dang it. What do the stickers on a CFI truck represent? I don't know if this is a joke. I'm waiting for the punchline. GP Transco, are you still hiring? Stimulus is not advanced. Just did research. Okay, I didn't look into whether it's an advance. It would stink if it was an advance. I will say that. And a lot of people would be surprised. Because some people, I know a friend of mine, he's got 3 kids. And so they're going to get, $3,000, $3,500 or something. That would stink if it had to come out of your next check, your taxes next year. Went into the Loves and some guy came and said, buy me a shower, and told him what happened. He told me it was illegal to drive in flip-flops. Glad he told me. I don't think it's illegal to drive in flip-flops. I don't think I like people driving in them. I don't know that it's illegal to drive in a flip-flop. Honestly, I don't think footwear is listed in the FMCSA regulations. I'd have to look exactly, but I don't think it's listed. Wonder if GP Transco has come to any conclusion on those Western Stars yet. Yeah, what's up with the Western Stars at GP Transco? When is my 5900 IX coming in, or whatever it's called? William, you're awesome, keeping my spirits up. Oh, I appreciate that. We need that now. Seriously, though, I hope to get some Wellington soon. What's a Wellington? A beef Wellington? Is CFI owned by private equity? Oh, crap. But still, if you could just get in now, even if that was true, if you, like right now, maybe you're not working, which people are writing in. If you could get in and get somewhere, and just keep your butt in the seat, basically. Get a check coming into your house so you're not worried about what's going to happen. The stress level would go way down. When people don't have money, they're super stressed out, it turns out, because they don't have any money. Alexander, I had my former employer, USX, contact me to come back. Really? What, did they give you an offer? What kind of thing are they offering you to come back? What town is burning underground? I don't remember the name of it, but you can look it up. The town that's burning underneath in Pennsylvania or whatever. There's a town that years ago, there's some kind of coal deposit that got set on fire, and they evacuated everybody, and it's still burning. The town has been evacuated, and there's only a few houses left now, and it's literally burning, and they said it might burn for a couple of 100 years. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah. Truth. That's a true story. Somebody in here is going to know the name and put it in here, believe me. When you use your brakes, that kinetic energy will go back into the batteries. So they have a regenerative braking to charge the batteries? Oh, well, that'd be something. Stimulus is not taxed. Okay, but is it coming out of next year's taxes? What do you think about making a move to Landstar now with all the CV-19? Well, I'm probably squirreled, the wrong person to ask about being an owner-operator, because I've never been a fan of it. Even though there's people on the channel that are doing great still as owner-operators, it's just not for me. So you'd be better probably talking to one of them. For me, I don't want the risk of it ever. And now, even now, or when the economy is great. For me, as a company driver, works out better for me. I get all the insurance that I need, at a very low cost relative to what an owner-operator pays. And I don't have any risk. So, like, if my truck doesn't start, I just get a different truck. They just give me another truck and they go fix that truck or whatever. I've had a truck towed to me on the road. And they just switch trucks, and I leave in the other truck, and they go figure that truck out. So for me, it's not, I don't know about being an owner-operator, because I'm just not in for the risk. If you're up for the risk, then, talk to some owner-operators, especially some Landstar owner-operators, and see what they're thinking there right now. And go for it. Start your own little business. You could end up with a whole fleet of trucks. You could. If it's something you want to do, I think you should do it. Fleet Nav Systems is leaving us. Have a great day and be safe. Hope to see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on the live stream. All right, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here today. They know Geotab like nobody else. How about that? I couldn't think of a good line really quick there. Hate those slubs who walk around flip-flops and dirty, greasy shirts. They make us look bad. Mostly foreigners. I wouldn't link it to just foreigners. I see all kinds of different people, and we don't know if those people are from here. Let's be honest about that, but there's no reason that you can't change your shirt if it's dirty. And it's different from working that day and wearing your shirt for 7 days in a row without changing it, okay? Have enough clothes to put a clean shirt on. You should have enough respect for yourself. That's the thing of it. To walk in somewhere not smelling and looking clean. It's personal respect. Not that you respect everybody else. Respect yourself. Don't go out if you're filthy. Clean up a little bit. Former military pilot, depending on the jet, it's a simple handle, turn 90 and pull. Lucas, okay. It's not super easy, like there's just a switch you can do, but it would be possible to just easily basically eject yourself out of a plane. What about the canopy? Does it pop that thing too, or what happens with that? Rel, CFI is bad. I know, but if you're not working, some checks better than not a check. Andre barefoot got pulled over to rest here for inspection. Inspector said nothing about being barefoot. I don't think there's any kind of footwear requirement in the CFRs. I don't think so. So I don't think it's illegal. I think you can walk around barefoot, drive barefoot. I think so. Oh, Fleet Nav System, great show. I appreciate that, Fleet Nav System. I enjoy your show as well over there on the live show. I think it's really good and super informative. Preacher Paul prefers Pampers. All right, Wellingtons are solid. Boot, they're fantastic. Beef Wellington, too rich for your blood. Well, sometimes you got to have a beef welly, It's Centralia. I knew somebody would know it. Centralia, Pennsylvania. It's on fire underneath. And that doesn't mean anything about Preparation H. It's on fire underneath the ground. Okay? I'll never understand flip-flops. I'm not, with all the stuff that's on the ground and all the stuff that people leave and do on the ground out there, there's no way I would wear anything with my feet out. I just wouldn't. You'll find me year-round in boots and long pants and generally long-sleeve shirt year-round when I'm at work. The long-sleeve shirt's because I burn really quickly, but the pants and boots, I just think that's a work thing. I'm not. I see it like I'm not on vacation, so I have long pants on and boots because I'm at work. Burning, okay, Alexander, burning town is Centralia. 5 people still live there. I thought there were only a few people there or whatever, but right. So look up Centralia, Pennsylvania, and it's on fire underneath. The fire down below. And that's not from sitting in the truck for too long. Aviation edition, hello. Messi or Ronaldo? I'm not sure where that is going off to, because even though a professional gamer, I'm not a professional gamer. I wish. I'm sure you get taxed on it next year. That would really stink. It should be like extra money. It should be. Now, I don't know. I don't know how the 1,200 is working. 1,200 plus. Roasted and toasted. Okay. Make a friend that will share load board info with you and watch the areas you like. Oh, rates are down across the board. That's true. That's not a bad idea. You can get onto the load board that way. Here's the town burning underground. All right, Christina, I got it. Yeah, I thought it's somewhere in Pennsylvania. Got vacation time starting Friday. Pretty much decided that I'm at least going to go give poly trucking a try. Look, if you're on vacation especially, well worth checking it out. As a small fleet owner, freight is shaky at this time. But if you own a small fleet, you must think, hey, it's worth it to go out on your own and give it a try, right? YOLO, right? Isn't that what these kids say today? YOLO. What about YOLO? So I'll probably end up putting in a 2-week notice. Next Thursday, they won't be here for vacation. So be careful about that. We're going to pay our property taxes for taxes. They're giving you some of your own money back. It's not, people always think like it's some kind of, it's extra money. It's your money. For a lot of people, you've already paid in. There's some urban explorers who went to that spot in Pennsylvania. There are a lot of videos about it. Even TV shows about it. That's why I know about it. William, everybody give Mark 5 stars. So, well, that's much appreciated. My ejection switch in my personal vehicle is used only when the passenger is critical if you're driving. That's when you got to boot them out of there. Or when they try messing with the radio. Like, no. Driver does the radio. There are dozens of documentaries on it. Yeah, I've seen it on TV and stuff. Colorado is a fire that's been burning more than 120 years in Newcastle. Underground. The classic movie. It's a truck driver who let 3 of your belly hanging out under your t-shirt. Oh, yeah, I love that. Hey, if you're big, okay, look, live your best life. I don't care if you're big or small. It doesn't matter as long as you're a good person. That's all I care about. But, you can buy a shirt that fits you, okay? Buy a bigger shirt. You're not fooling anybody, buying a medium, okay? You're just not. You do $325, $375. Get a shirt that fits. No reason you can't get a shirt that fits. Larry the cable guy said he always shops at Walmart because there he's a medium. So there you go. Christina, Silent Hill was inspired by this. I never heard of it before. I learned something today. Oh, I didn't know about that, but I've known about that city for a while, yeah. Yeah, ejecto seat. There's a rule about footwear. Hard sole shoes. I don't know about that. I'd like to know where that is in there. I don't know that it says that in the actual FMCSA. Companies may have it. Some companies put a shoe thing, but I don't think the FMCSA does. Oh, Luke lives 45 minutes from Centralia, so you're warm all year round out there. UFOs, so 1,200 is tax-free. I haven't heard anything other than that. If they tax it next year, some people are going to get $3,000, $4,000. It's going to be a real problem. Went to high school with a lot of owner-operators, all farm boys, dumps and hopper bottoms. That's the way to do it, right? Sent you info on the stimulus and taxes on Instagram. Oh, I haven't been on Instagram in a while. I will say that. I drive barefoot and can feel the truck. You are one with the truck. You've become one. Like a motor, right? When are we getting the 25,000? The 25,000 is not a flat 25,000. It's set for phase 4, which has not been voted on yet. If it passes, it's $13 an hour for every hour you work during certain dates. From like March 1st till the end of the emergency, it's $13 an hour up to $25,000. So you'll have to prove your hours is the only way I could see it, right? And that's going to have to be logs, I think. That's the only other way to prove the hours you worked. So ironically, if you've been scamming 10, 20 hours a week off to work off duty, you're not going to be able to claim that time. I don't see how you could. The logbook's a federal document. Given your ELD, I agree that these are all correct. You can't then go to the government and say, well, wait a minute, I worked more than those hours. I don't think so. But it's $13 an hour for all the hours that you worked during the declaration. Up to $25,000. No overtime. Somewhat ironically. Because they consider it a bonus. Canopy dead cord explosion is automatic before seat rockets fire. Okay, so you don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about the canopy. So you pull the twist it, pull it, canopy, and out you go. Okay, one more. Parachute. Does the parachute open automatically also? Trucking journeys know I'm going to take my vacation before putting my notice. Oh, all right. So that way you get paid for it. Right. I don't think FMCSA cares about footwear. Some states have laws, maybe, but I don't know how they would implement a law on interstate commerce like that. That's a problem too. I don't think the FMCSA, though, in the book, anywhere says anything about footwear. Otherwise, everybody'd be arrested. Well, half the drivers walking around get out of there with flip-flops or whatever. I don't think there's a footwear thing in there. And while Bill wore large in the 6th grade, and look, I don't care how big you are, if you're 700 pounds, just get a shirt that fits you. Okay? Don't let that belly hang out under that shirt. That's not a good look. I only rock that 6X90 shirt. Yeah, look, if you got a 6X and you get a 6X shirt, you're looking good. Fine with me, right? Is there a rule I have to have it next time? There is a rule. I'll have it next time I'm on the show. All right, I'd love to see the footwear rule in the FMCSA book, right? Where they can ticket you at a federal scale about that, a scale house. I'm the same size as when I graduated from high school, and it's terrible. Yeah, we all wish that. Chris, I hope I had a good Easter. Yeah, it was great here. Didn't go anywhere, of course, but always good to be with the wife, no matter when it is. Up to $25,000, that's on top of miles. Jack Daniels. Yeah, it's an extra money from whatever you made. It's $13 an hour. Up to $25,000 based on the hours you work during the times. It hasn't been voted on yet. It's phase 4. We've been through 3 stimulus phases. Hard to believe, considering how little Congress usually gets done. It's in another phase that has not been voted on. So it's not a thing, and it's not a flat check. It's $13 an hour. And so not everybody will get the $25,000. They made it seem like everybody gets $25,000. No, it doesn't work there. Wow, Bill, you haven't been paid for phase 1 yet. Some of this is the extra $600 for unemployment. Some of it is the unemployment extension has been extended some number of weeks. Some of it is the PPP thing for small businesses. Each one's a different thing. Is that on top of miles? Yes, that's on top of whatever else you earned. And it's not there's no payback on it, so they said. Cash is King, I had an annoying squeaky sound coming from my passenger seat. Dropped your wife off at the house and it went away. Yikes. And you got better fuel mileage. Regarding an APU, it charges when you drive. And if you are, for example, not driving, the battery dies, it automatically starts to idle to charge. So as the truck idles, it's charging this EPU thing up. And how long would it take to charge one up from dead? Say no to the muffin top, please. Look, everybody, just wear clothes that fit. That's all. If you're big, you're big. You're not fooling anybody by wearing a smaller shirt, okay? If you don't want to lose weight, that's no problem. Just wear a bigger shirt. That's okay with me. You don't have to impress anybody, okay? Just be what you are. Live your life. GP transfer, those are great until they don't work. Well, then you just run the truck, presumably. Wyland, howdy, Mark. Hey, what's going on? Sujit Jadhav. I love it. Hi, what's going on? It's good to see you here. 400 tons, you can't tell me not to wear yoga pants. Look, if they got yoga pants for you, you go out there and you just wear those out and just look great in them. Okay, if you can get those Lululemons and you can get them on, hey, more power to you. It's a job of our maintenance team to make sure they do, and the job of our drivers to report issues. Yes. That's every company, right? If you have a problem with your truck, get it fixed so you don't have breakdowns. Thought it was no open-toed shoes. I don't think the FMCSA specifically lists like you can't have a certain type of shoe or you got to wear this kind of shoe. I don't think so. My graduation date is in its extreme upper 30s. I hear you. I have a high school reunion this year coming up. 35. By the way, for people that are asking, everything breaks down when you need it the most. Right, so always keep your truck running good. You don't want to break down, especially now where you can go all these extra hours. Where am I from? I'm originally from Hammond, Indiana, but now live in wonderful Lafayette, Indiana, where we moved here many years ago, early 90s. Both parachutes are automatic as well. Okay, so good. So now I know. So apparently it's easier than I thought. That seems kind of scary, but it's easier than I thought. Twist, pull, canopy goes by itself. You go flying out of a plane. Canopy opens itself. Bingo. Preston, obesity is the number 1 cause of heart disease and early death. It is. But I'm just saying that you're not fooling anybody if you wear a medium shirt and you weigh 400 pounds, okay? Live your life. That's all I'm saying. Buy a 6X and live large. I have a hard time finding shirts that fit because of my asinine bust. That's a problem. Look, men have that problem too. So don't think like that's not a problem for everybody. So that's a problem. You're going to have to deal with it. But even so, I'd rather that than half shirts. You've seen it. We've all seen it at the buffet. Okay. The medium tank top too, always on some dude, right? In his 50s, 60s, 400 pounds. Okay. Do not slide that belly along the tray of the buffet. Don't do that. Okay. Yoga pants is more jiggle per wiggle. Like if you can get them in them, send a picture. We'll get it on the show. When I want to look like I lost weight, I hang out with fat people. That's correct. Right. Proper footwear is essential for using your pedals. That's common. Most kids know that by middle school. Look, I think you should wear closed-toed shoes. I do, but I don't think it's required. I think that's different. Me thinking it and the law requiring it is two things. So at 60 hours a week, that would take 32 weeks to receive all that free money. That's correct. And it's going to be for a long date, a long period of time. It's not just going to be like a month or whatever. It's 13 an hour, but you're going to have to prove 60 hours. Most people have it on their check, right? So most people get paid hourly, so they're going to have a check that says 50 hours, 60 hours, or whatever. Most drivers don't. So the way for you to prove it is going to be a log. So if that 60 hours only has 50 hours on it, it's going to take you a lot longer to do it. Nomad, CFR 1910, covers footwear, nothing regarding restricting footwear while driving. Yeah, I didn't think there's a restriction on it. Bedazzled yoga pants for the win, or you could use the that thing that puts rhinestones on them too. Yeah, absolutely. Right. The bedazzler, whatever. Yeah. That thing that starts the engine on an EPU doesn't work if there's a check engine light on Cash's King Trucking. Okay. Can you start it yourself? Christina needs a 4X. Then look, same thing. You get a 4X and live it. But you can't fool anybody. Nobody can fool people by getting a smaller clothes. You're still big. It's no problem. But we've all seen that person out there. And it's usually a dirty shirt too. Can you wash your shirts? Belly shirts, yeah, don't wear those belly shirts. There's no federal law on footwear. I don't think there's a law about it. Sujit Jadhav, right, shout out your name. That's, am I close? Am I close on it? I'm trying to be close. My belly button needs sunlight to work properly. You're getting it aired out. Jack Daniels lost 68 pounds in 3 months. Wow. Keto diet, prep food, no money spent in the truck stop. That's pretty good. That's cruising it. Don't fat shame me, Mark. If I want to wear belly shirts, don't judge me. Look, I'm not judging anybody. You can wear whatever you want. I'm just saying. It's men mainly that are the problem. But if you're saying, look, I'm living my life in a belly shirt, then I guess we got to accept your belly shirt. But keep that lower belly part cleaned up then. Maybe that'd be a good spot for a tattoo or possibly advertising. Selling advertising space. Read the fine print. $1,200 is not free money. It's a loan advancing your 2021. I guess I haven't read it. Is 65% of the line haul good money? Oh, is there an owner-operator that thinks 65% is good money? I don't know. Was always the scummy truck driver. Now the tune has changed. I know, but don't get used to it, right? Because it isn't going to last forever, and that's the disappointing stuff. In a month, few months, whatever, we'll be scummy truck drivers again. Everybody hates. All the free sandwiches and all that, the food trucks, they'll all be gone. Nothing like seeing a 400-pound truck driver rocking a halter top. Hey, if that guy wants to rock a halter top, more power to him. Let him put it on. I'm wearing closed-toed shoes. I think it's better just for walking around at the truck stop, just from a practical standpoint, not of, oh, I want to wear open-toed shoes. You do not want to walk around the fuel out in the truck stop with open-toed shoes. I mean, it's gross enough as it is. Can a man not wear a belly shirt? Look, I thought this was 2020. A man, I guess if a man's going to say, look, I feel good, this makes me feel good, then look, as long as he wears a belly shirt that fits good, I guess we can wear a belly shirt and sell advertising. However you want to live your life. However you want to live it. $1.05 loaded and 95 cents empty. Oh my gosh. That's a good company driver money. It's not an advance on taxes. I don't know anything about it. That's not 65%. If the $1.05 is 65%, the rates have just gone down to nothing. DAT says rates are down this week and loads are down 39% load reduction. So that's what DAT load board was saying. Has flatbed freight slowed down? DAT is saying that loads are down, but it depends where you are. Some people are still getting loads. If it goes up, the rates are good. If you're concentrating on pay, lots of other things to consider. Yeah, but at $1.05, I guess if you're getting a bunch of other kind of demurrage pay or something, maybe. But $1.05 is just not going to cut it if that's all you're getting. Believe the hero bonus amounts must be applied for by companies for each driver. Oh, that's interesting. I'd have to look into that. That your company applies for it for you? Oh, will they be taking some of that money? That's interesting. I don't know how they would do that. Even so, the only way then for your company to pay, the company's going to pay you right off your logs. Because that's the only way they would have to show the government or whatever how many hours you actually worked, right? Would be your logs that they have. So they have them. They'll go, okay, in this many months or whatever the dates are, you had this many hours. And so here's $6,000 or whatever it is. That's a real problem. Because if you're scamming them, basically by not logging the time that you're waiting, you could be losing $13 an hour, which is not great, but it would add up to all this time that you're currently getting no dollars an hour. 13, because a number of people said, oh, well, 13, that's not much. Well, it's better than zero, which a lot of companies are currently paying. Jonathan Williams, thank you very much for that. Just tell everyone you worked hard for that gut. Yeah, look, put it out there proud. Absolutely. We're going to have a gut show one of these days, I think. Absolutely, right. You worked for it, and it doesn't just come one day. You got to work for it over time. So Jack Daniels, 25,000 split at 60 hours a week is $780 and would take you 32 weeks to earn. Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be week by week or if it's going to be a flat amount. Because remember, it's an up to 25,000. Preston, what loads are down? What does that mean? Low resources or low buying? Oh, it's low buying from consumers. Everybody's locked in their house. You go out, as everybody knows, there's no traffic. So now people are off. Look, 11 million, 10 million people filed unemployment. They don't know when they're going to work again. So they're not going to buy as much stuff as they were buying. That's what's going to hurt the economy. And eventually it will go down to everybody. Right. And Gracie has to get in towards the end of the show and see what's going on. She finally awakens and says, what is happening on the show? She's rocking the big belly too, which the vet always tells me about. Sounds like Crete, you get a fuel surcharge on top of the $1.05. Yeah, you would, but the surcharge is going down to hardly anything right now. Fuel's super cheap depending where you are. We need to start a clothing line called Body by Buffet. Oh, those would go great with those diapers that you had set up. Matt should have a belly shirt gut contest. Oh, that'd be great. You know, now that's something people would sign up for. Not these boring 2-hour seminars that they have. Blah, blah, blah seminars. You bought it and paid for it, just own it. Yeah, absolutely, right. 65% is terrible if you're paying for fuel and maintenance in hotels during breakdowns. Okay, so that's a good answer right there. It doesn't seem like it's high enough. I got caught driving a truck without a license in 1979. Wow. They made you get a license. All right. The next day they sent me a copy of the FMCSR. That's just one of the little jewels I read. I love that kind of story. Trucker David, 600 a week max of 25,000. This is different. The 600 a week is on top of the unemployment. The $13 an hour is a hero bonus, as they're calling it in Congress, and it's up to 25,000 at $13 an hour. The 600 extra a week is for unemployment for up to 4 months for people that otherwise qualify for it, and it's a flat 600 on top of unemployment. Plus, there's this $1,200 per adult stimulus check and $500 per kid, I think, too, right? Stimulus. So, Alexander, what's the point of ordering Domino's, having it delivered, and they can't find you? Well, isn't that what the app, they show the app thing on TV? Oh, you get to watch the car come right to you and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, come on. I'm right. Throw an axe at the car when it goes by. That's what I think. I'm the person standing with the axe. That actually would probably help them find you. Need to start an employee-owned trucking company? There are employee-owned trucking companies. Smith Transport is employee-owned. We are slow at the railroad and are not getting the overtime we usually get. Yeah, because containers aren't coming in because people aren't buying as much stuff. So it rolls through the whole economy. A few weeks ago, freight was way up, and now it's on the downside, but not on the down low. 65% is Landstar money, entry-level owner-operator. Some do really good with it. I think it depends on the load you're getting, right? But the better percentage would be better. Rhino is proof that a single truck can grow into 3 and so on. Be relentless, run hard money, and in the end, you have the most toys. Yeah, Rhino, you do super great doing that. It's too much risk for me to do it, actually, so I commend you on it, and you've done great at it, and your trucks are still rolling when a lot of them are being parked. So you are actually proof that it's certainly possible. If you want something enough, you go for it because everybody else quits. That's how you become. That's the end of Motivation Monday, where you become successful, is you're the one that didn't quit. The day's done sitting in Ritzville, Washington. Now I get to sit and listen. Well, I appreciate that. And remember, everything tastes better when it's sitting on a Ritzville. Most of these teal trucks for GP Transco go from Chicago area to northwest. Yes, I see them at 8094. They purposely send them west because they don't want me to see the trucks. That has always been what I've said. Every truck fleet started with 0 trucks. That's true, right? You always have to start, no matter what you're doing, you always start somewhere. And you're the one, when you're successful years later, overnight success, it's because you didn't quit. Is being an owner-operator really worth all the trouble when you could say, let's go work down in the oil fields and make a killing? I don't know if they're making a killing right now, maybe. Without having to own anything. Well, look, I've taken the company driver side of it in that I want the insurance and I don't want the risk in a truck. So like my truck doesn't start, I get another one. I got a health insurance, all this stuff for the wife that we're doing with her surgery and that. Most of that's been covered by the insurance. No problem. We just got a $6 bill. She had surgery. So not bad, but that's the path I took. If you want a different path, you could take it. You might end up making way more money. If you have numerous trucks like that, you're going to end up doing really great. George Wilson is headed out. See everyone stay healthy and profitable. Yes, catch you on the flip-flop without flip-flops. Keep your chin up and don't let your mud flaps drag. That's what happens in getting your extreme upper 30s. You start dragging your mud flaps around. That's a problem. All this this stimulus talk is just that. No, there's money flying around. People are getting it. The Lordsburg, New Mexico sales are open. You only take a few past, right. Only a few take it past 1. That's correct. And those people are called successful. So that's how it works. You got to be the one. You want success, you got to be the one that doesn't quit, no matter what. You have to, and like Schwarzenegger said, always be prepared to fail. I wouldn't be a company driver again unless things dramatically change. Too much freedom. You do. It depends on the company, too. Like, I rarely see anybody. When I start, the office is closed, so they don't hardly ever even talk to me. I only call the main office if there's a load problem. Otherwise, I don't really see anybody driving in the evenings like I do and into the night. There's nobody to talk to. So for me, it's very free. I don't get to choose stuff, but I have an open fuel card also, which is very nice. So I can fuel anywhere I want. My truck is waiting for me there. So it's a lot different than a lot of company drivers get. But I've been there a long time. And so they know that I'm going to come on and just work and not have to worry about me. That's how I assume it. They probably don't even give me a second thought, really. But Cash King, did anyone hear about Joe Biden hiding his own Easter eggs? He probably didn't find them. Political. James Faust, see you next week. It is good to see you. You couldn't find them. Beach and Nomad Trucker, but right. And it is time to head out. But don't forget to wear a blue parrot, of course. And I want to thank GP Transco, of course, for being here today, answering our questions for us, and just in general being here. I appreciate it. There's a lot to do running a big company, so I appreciate you coming on here. Don't forget to talk to Jay tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. Okay, go see him over there. 8 p.m. Central, he's live talking about auto industry, and 3 p.m. tomorrow Eastern, Fleet Nav Systems is going to be giving out lunch to some drivers, so go over there and get in on the chat there. They have a call-in line. Okay, you want to be live on YouTube? They've got a call-in line, so that sounds like a lot of fun, believe me. Ask a good question and get a good answer, as they say. So, Kay Wayne, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Christina, thank you for coming in. Good show. I appreciate you saying that. Cynthia, you're supposed to be asleep. Yeah, we all, the cat is the only one that is sleeping right now. Thanks for coming, though. Ryan, he wants our guns. Yikes. Thanks for coming in. You have a thing to run over there. At least you're getting loaded. William Bevel, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. James Faust, it was good to see you. Cash is King Trucking, getting those sponsorships. It's good to see you over here. Nomad Trucker, thanks for being in today. Vamp Priss. Wild Bill Anderson was on the show. I appreciate it. George Wilson coming in. There were many people here today. I don't ever get to everybody. I wish I could. The Heady Trucker was here. I appreciate it. Alexandra came in today with her axe, which I always appreciate. Be careful up there in Chicago, for crying out loud. Trucker Davis here. Michael Swift. Art came in today. Thank you very much. As I go back here, Clifton was here. Jonathan Williams, thank you. Let's see, where am I going? JR, and I apologize again for earlier for no sound. That was totally my fault. So I will try to do better on that. D.A. Simon, thank you for coming in. Jack Daniels, Daniel Coy. Let's see, I had Kim English here, and Misty was in here today. Trucking Journeys, Michael Muller, thank you all for being here. Big, huge Mike. Thanks for coming in, Cynthia Smith, but unfortunately my company makes me go give them some money as usual. That's what companies do. They make you come in just to make them money, really. But we'll see you out here on the YouTubes and also next week live. Be safe out there.